What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Waiting on my people to get in. Let's see. Y'all tune in, tune in, tune in. I'm waiting on everybody to come in. Make sure y'all share the live. All right, y'all. We got some things to talk about tonight. Go ahead and get situated. What's up, cousin? Share the live, share the live. Okay. I don't need no interruptions.
Girl, Jen woke up soon as we get on here. So I had to go get her together. Like soon as we got on here. Let me show you.
I'm pulling up my YouTube. I shared it in the group or
Oh, I
whatever.
did share it too. Yeah.
Oh well.
Ooh. Let me turn this down. So.
It ain't loud.
Oh, it ain't live? Okay. Whew, here.
Is it the Isley Brothers?
No, it's neo soul instrumental. Just instrumental.
Oh.
I know. Facebook be showing out. Ugh. Be short. shirt starting to swallow my neck or something. Weird. Let me see. Can I not like?
Can we share the messenger?
I'm just sharing.
I'm trying to share.
I don't know why is it doing that.
Remember, you guys, y'all can always come up here and, talk to us and things of that sort. Therefore, you don't have to, type in the comments or whatever the situation may be. So,
Peace,
if
bro.
y'all got something to say, I mean, if you want to type, we'll read it out loud or whatever. But if you do got something to say, you can come up here as a guest and we bring you up and talk about it. It's not working properly.
Oh. I should have got my chapstick. Yeah. But I don't. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm definitely I'm pulling up. Go away, no. Because I do want to share, what he said. He was standing outside.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 6 viewers. Y'all share the live, tune in, tap in. We are live with Divine Circle, and we definitely got a lot of things that we want to speak on today. The number one thing is
I was trying to make sure.
oh no.
No, I was trying to make sure I had it. Yeah.
Okay. The number one thing is basically, dang, how do we put? I can't even think of it. Humbleness.
To consistency.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it.
To humbleness.
I couldn't get it. Consistency to humbleness, and basically what that means is, if you're consistent about something, if you're continuously, on the right track and doing the right thing, basically, you will be humble about stuff, most of the time. And I can attest to this, being younger and sometimes and even in my adult years, not being consistent with something. And when you're consistent with something, you become humble because you know that your money flow, or anything, it don't even got to be money flow, your energy flow, your money flow is where it's supposed to be at. Hey, Oya. And so therefore, that's why we put consistency is to be humble. um I'm like, is my mic muted? But that's yours. So, and another thing we want to talk about, we are going to speak on the Romeo and Master P, and we're also going to speak on the Twitch as well. So y'all share the live, get some people on in here. Happy holidays to everyone, and New Year's is coming up, and you got a new year. So the new year is, I also want to bring that up as well. Being consistent, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the new year's coming in, being consistent and remaining humble in your consistency. That is the main thing that you want to do at all times. But we are going to be talking about consistency and humbleness, Romeo and Master P, and the late Twitch. May he rest on in the spirit world. So, I ain't really got my page. You want to start it out, Chris, or what you want to do?
You can go ahead and start. I'm just trying to get her together because she don't walk up here.
Okay. Again, I want to remind you guys do not have to sit in the comments. If you want to come up here and say something, let me know, or hit the join button. That way, you don't have to type all of that. You can come up, say what you need to say, and then you can go back down or whatever you want to do. Some people want to come up here and say something. If you don't, it is also fine as well. So again, consistency is to humbleness. This is Divine Circle with me, MsMac, and Sis Dreek, aka Isis, in the building.
Say we fancy tonight.
Whatever.
Okay.
So, Master P and Romeo. Okay. Now, with the consistency and being humbleness or whatever, everybody knows that Master P has been consistently and getting his money. He's never changed up. He also been consistent with not keeping his business in social media limelight. He only puts out there what he wants you to know. And doing these things can be great, and it also can be harmful at times, depending on what the situation is. Because in this particular situation, it seemed like it has done more harm to his immediate family, but made it great to the outside family, you know what I'm saying, or outside of his family. But he feels like his son is not listening. He says that as a 33-year-old, you're supposed to be, way further. You don't watch him hustle. You don't watch him get on his feet. And I have the clip right here. I'm definitely going to play it in a few minutes, but you don't watch him hustle. You don't watch him do his thing, and you don't watch him come up in this game and in the music industry and a lot of other things or whatever. Everybody know that Master P took his son and he put him under his wing. When you see Master P, you see Romeo, especially when after Romeo was born, I'm gonna say that. But you seen Master P, you seen Romeo. You seen Romeo, you seen Master P. He was always around. He probably exposed Romeo to more things than Romeo should have been exposed to. But that's his son. That's his firstborn, whatever the situation may be. So Master P is still a lot in Romeo that he seen it himself. You know what I'm saying? You can honestly say that it's a possibility that Master P kind of sort of was living his life through Romeo. Everything that he did, he made sure Romeo did, from the music industry, from playing basketball, from, other things, you know what I'm saying? Living a nice life or whatever. He even stated in the clip that I'm pretty sure a lot of you seen on social media that's floating around here, him standing outside. He was like, as a parent, you try to shield your kids from things and you don't want them to go through, even themselves. You don't even want them to go through hardship with themselves, so you shield it from that. But that could be a fuck up on our end, because you have to let your children go through things in order to learn from them. I'm not saying go out here and be like, oh, well, I let him be a gang member because he got to learn on his own. I mean, like, sometimes you got to let them fall. You got to let them scrape that knee and get up on their own, and you just be there to tell them it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You could be there to nurture the womb, but they have to get the womb first. And they're not going to be able to get the womb first if you don't let them fall. If you're there to catch them before they hit that ground every time, guess what? They're going to expect you to do that every time. Okay. They're going to expect you to do that every time. I did. You can't hear me? Oh, let me switch pods. Can y'all hear me? Now is that better? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Sort of, kind of. I don't know, not really. Okay, good. One of my pods is retarded. I don't know. Apple, count your days. I'm just playing. But yeah, so you want your kids to, you want to shelter them. You don't want them to be harmful, but at the same time, if you shelter your children from everything and you catch them before they hit the ground, they're going to expect you to be there every time. So when they finally hit the ground as an older child, or as an adult themselves, and you're not there to pick them up, say for instance something happened to you, we're not throwing that energy out there, forbid that, but let's say, most of the time we're going to pass away before our children does. That's just how the life goes. Now in this generation, sometimes the children pass before we do, but let's say in the regular order of this life, this physical life that we're living, in the order that it's supposed to be, you go before your kids. If you have sheltered your children the entire time and not have allowed them to fall, how would they know what to do when you are no longer here? They're not gonna know what to do. And this particular case, I am slightly more on Master P's side than Romeo, but Sis is a little bit on Romeo's side than Master P. But we kind of meet in the middle with the both of them because we get both sides. We have been the child. You are the child before you become a parent. Period. But
Right.
also we are in a situation where we ain't never been in Romeo's situation. I know I haven't. I can speak for my fucking self. I ain't never been in Romeo's situation. My daddy, my mama, none of them ain't never took $10,000 out of an insurance policy and made it motherfucker a million. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they wasn't capable of doing it. They didn't do it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they could if they had that opportunity. Turning, making $1 out of 15 cents is what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the lifestyle I grew up in. Making $1 out of 15 cents versus he took 10 bands and turned it into $1 million. By the time Romeo was born, he was one of them kids that was born, you could say, with a silver spoon in their mouth. He didn't have to worry about shit. His daddy put him on. But at the same time, I feel like Master P put Romeo in a situation, in a position to where when he got older, he was supposed to take off from there. You know what I'm saying? We all know Romeo was not the best rapper. Even with when he got older and he got into basketball, he got him into some good schools. He graduated from a high school. You went on to play basketball, but you sucked in that as well. Now it is safe to say that Master P was sort of living his life through Romeo because Master P did the music. He also did the basketball. But these are things that Master P was great in. That is not Romeo's cup of tea. Romeo is a great ass actor, y'all. He's good at that. That's what he needs to stick to.
Yeah, he tried. He definitely tried to follow his daddy's footsteps.
He did his motherfucking best. I will give him that. He stuck to the guns because he loved his motherfucking daddy. And he didn't see no wrong in his daddy. You know what I'm saying? When you have a father like that, a lot of us didn't grow up with our dad.
Honey, I'm one of those people.
Okay?
I mean, I'm talking about what my situation like right now. Like, our kids really don't see bad in their parent. Okay? It don't matter what they do. The child would never see anything bad in their parent. He didn't see anything wrong his daddy was doing, of course, even though he was around him a lot of shit. But he didn't see nothing wrong. He figured that's the lifestyle, but when you get older and you become into your own shell, your own personality, your own way of thinking and stuff like that, you start to see things a little bit different, the older
you definitely do. And that goes to where, Romeo has wrote several statuses. Romeo is not a social media person. He's not. He's very humble. Since we're talking about humbleness, he is very consistent humble. In his humbleness.
We have been consistent.
Young man, a very handsome young man, might I add. He's always been cute. When he got older, he got handsome. Some people, cute when they're young, and then they get older. It's like, oh, okay, that's Romeo. I didn't know that. But hey, actually, but in the same token with Romeo, he was consistent with him, and his handsomeness his humbleness actually makes him even more attractive, to be honest. So he remains.
He's a little grown man.
He do. He even though he was a little short guy, but he was consistent in his humbleness or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he stayed out of the limelight. His daddy taught him well on staying out of the limelight. Even like Sis said, with them on Growing Up Hip Hop, I've never watched that show. Sis has watched that show because she has more to say on that than I have. I'm not gonna say I don't watch stuff like that, but I have never watched that.
But yeah, back to what my uncle looked like Romeo, so he's not attracted to me. But yeah, Shawty King. Okay, Shawty King rap. Okay. Girl. But yeah, he is Romeo is very private. So he did learn that from his daddy. Now he got some great qualities from Master P, okay, because Master P came from nothing. And he made something out of himself. And that's a success story that we all want to do. We all want to evolve from, struggling situations or traumatic situations. So he evolved from his environment, okay? So he taught Romeo a lot of good qualities. The main thing is when you are so consistent, as we see, we went out again? Or is it your phone? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You. I don't know. I can hear you.
Can y'all hear
I went out. She said I went out earlier too, so I don't know. I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me? Oh, okay. But so he learned a lot of great qualities from his daddy, especially being private. Being in the industry, you definitely have to be private. Okay, you don't want a lot of things to be displayed because a lot of commentators, a lot of bloggers will, take things and they will run with it. They will create their own narratives. Okay, so he has taught him how to be private through this industry. All right. Now, one of his most important things that he talked about in his post, okay, was vulnerability, okay? And this goes along the lines is, sometimes we can be caught up in so much of our business or success that we don't take the time to have that vulnerability with our surroundings, such as our family or even with ourselves, okay? Because we're so focused on getting the bag. Master P is a businessman, okay? So everything is a bag for Master P, all right? He doesn't tap into that vulnerability. When you tap into vulnerability, that is tapping into your what? Feminine energy, okay? So Romeo has been raised around this masculine energy for so long because his mother at some point wasn't in the picture in the household, okay? And we're going to get more into that too, okay? Because all of this plays into, Romeo coming out and standing on his truth, all right? So he's a businessman. So when people are in that business mindset of getting a bag, they don't really be into that vulnerability or, that emotion of connecting with their family, okay, or their children, okay? It's all about the money. That's Master P mindset. Not saying that he's wrong because the nigga came from nothing to something, right? But this also goes to, never forget where you came from. And that touches on, tap into not only, the foundation in the community, but your family, being vulnerable and being able to connect with your family on a certain frequency, right? That was his main thing. One of his main things, I don't say his main thing, but that was one of his main things in one of his posts about his father being vulnerable for a stranger, but couldn't be vulnerable for their daughter. Now, we just found out, what, yesterday, the day before, that his daughter died.
And I didn't know that. And that girl died in March.
I didn't even know that Master P's daughter died, okay? And she died over some fentanyl overdose.
Fentanyl, y'all. It's going back to the fit and the null.
Oh, that's the sign of the matrix, to maintain that order, losing vulnerability, because it goes rewrite it again. I'm tongue-tied.
That's it. Oh, you can bring your ass up here.
Nah. But yeah, he Romeo was raised around all this masculine energy, okay? Because his mother, we're going to get into that. But just this masculine energy of being successful, having your own, okay? Yep, that's the design of the matrix. That's the masculine energy. The masculine energy is all about design, okay? And it's all about the design of the matrix. You're so right about that. So his mind frame is to what? Create, all right? Which that's where we should be, but you still have to tap back into yourself, okay? To make us not maintain the order, right? You still got to restore the order within yourself, okay? So, his thing was, as we took it as, at the beginning at first, because a lot of shit came out, that he was being vulnerable for Twitch, okay? The young man that just transitioned for suicide, okay?
Right. Oh, yeah.
And he felt like, damn, you can express suicide and, wisdom and vulnerability towards a stranger, okay? But when it comes to your children, you're not vulnerable. See, listen. That's where Master P needs to listen at, okay? Because his mind frame, I think as we can agree, is the money. I can't, this is going to destroy me by you putting this shit out like that,
Right.
okay? Okay? So his whole thing was to be vulnerable. You're vulnerable to complete strangers, but you can't be vulnerable to what's taking place. You're vulnerable and have sympathy for somebody that had suicide, but your daughter, she transitioned through an overdose, which is almost like suicide, right? She was suicidal as well, and she was in a depression, okay? Now, the daughter, she had been taking drugs for years, all right? So, that's what we thought sparked it, okay? Because of that first post from Romeo, okay? Master P did a video because Romeo exposed a lot more shit, and we gonna get into that too. Master P did a video, addressing the situation. I'm gonna let you get into that, but one thing I want to say is, and I, fall into with you. One thing I want to say is, I catch symbolism like a motherfucker. Sister probably didn't even catch that when we first watched it. The video, which is a cover up for something. Oh yes, it's based. It is a cover up.
We're gonna get into that
into it. We definitely gonna get into it. But we watched the video, and it didn't dawn into me until I seen, looking at the video, and I'm like, yo, sis, did you peep the shirt that Master P has on?
It's actually a pullover.
He a pullover hoodie. He has a shirt on that says, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." To me, that's a red flag, okay? And I'm gonna say this.
I'm looking at it.
Okay? To me, that's a red flag, okay? For one, okay, that goes back to you not taking accountability, not listening to what your son is talking about. Because even on Growing Up Hip Hop, if y'all haven't watched it or have watched it, when Romeo has been on there, he has been he's expressed a lot to his father, but his father has always shut it down.
Be quiet. We ain't doing that.
Okay? We're not doing that.
Here to maintain a certain image, and that's just what the fuck it is.
And that's exactly what he also was saying, that his daddy is trying to protect his image, which I understand. When you're a business person and things that you're doing, you do want to protect your image, okay? You don't want people to look at you. But the best way to protect the image is to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know how many people can relate to the shit that you went through and who you can help, okay? Right. But not trying to listen or take accountability, which is also being vulnerable, listening, okay? It shows a lot. But go ahead. I'm gonna hit it back from that video what he was saying.
Okay, so I'm gonna play the video. Let me know if y'all can see it. I'm turn my screen around.
Niggas winning, being they self, look at Blueface. Okay.
Can y'all see it?
Yeah, I can see the I can see.
Romeo was calling him broke and saying that his money went to pay his taxes. Just a bunch of foolishness. Take a look at what Master P
Oh, I
say.
got to say something about this chick.
I got to get out of character and put this on the internet, which I don't want to do. But I try to call my son. People say, "Why you call?" I did. He don't call back. It's been months. So my question is to Romeo. Like, if you've been in the business for long as you've been in, and you're a 30-something-year-old man, and if you've been around me, watching me hustle and do my thing, why you not where you want to be at? Because that means you're not listening. That means you want to do your own thing.
Hold on, Paul.
But you can't get mad at me because
Paul says, he said, but you not listening. What is he not doing though? Okay.
You know.
And then he says, you're not where you want to be because because of Romeo. But this still goes back to Master P. Romeo has always wanted.
He's saying Romeo's not where he's supposed to be at because Romeo's not listening.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's saying Romeo is not where he wants to be because of Romeo. But this goes back to Master P. When he's always wanted to branch out on his own, he was shut down. Right. If it wasn't in alignment, if it wasn't in alignment of what he was doing or what he wants to do for his image or the image of the family, it was a no-go.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Reflecting on his reflections, more like Romeo, not where what? I can barely see the letters.
Reflecting on his reflections, more like Romeo, not where Miss P want him to be. Listen to his emotion. Yep, he is doing exactly what his dad is doing. That's the ego as well too.
Right. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna play on.
Okay, go ahead.
I really thought this was about, the only reason I entertained this on social media, I thought it was about the DJ Twitch post I put up. And I thought it was about my daughter's death. I thought she was grieving. Mental illness is real. But I want to tell all the people out there that just don't understand how bad my heart hurt. Romeo lost a sister, but I lost a daughter.
All right, let's pause right there as well. So now he wants to reflect it back on the situation of mental illness and he lost a daughter. That's when me and Sis found out that he lost his daughter. The whole time, we didn't know this. Now, again, this young lady died back in May.
She died, May this year.
May of this year, she died in May of this year. We didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I barely even knew that the man had a daughter, to be honest. The only person I've ever known is Romeo. Now, that don't mean he ain't had no other kids, because he definitely got other kids. But Master P has put a lot of energy into Romeo. That's why we don't know his other kids like that, because all we know is Romeo. Now, the people who real live are fans, they know that he has other kids, you know?
That's what we were saying. How the fuck? Because I only found like local articles.
Just now. And the only reason why you find the article now is because of this whole shenanigan with the father and the son. Other than that, you didn't know that this girl died from fentanyl. Okay? Fentanyl.
The most dangerous drug right now today.
But guess what we also found out? And I'm going to just throw this in there so y'all can think of it so I can play the rest of this clip. The mama was on drugs too.
Yep. And we're going to dive in it too, Mr. P.
Mr. P.
Any parent that's going through this, I know that it brings people closer together or it tears them apart. But I come from nothing, y'all. And I could go back. I'm cool with it. I won't be angry at God. I won't be upset. I won't go get mad and be disrespectful to my parents and none of that stuff. I just say, Dad, thank you for putting me in this world. Now I can get out and hustle and go do my thing. But that's the problem. When you take kids and you kind of like protect them from the real struggle and the pain, and you don't allow them to deal with their own consequences. And then when they grow older, they, you never gave me nothing. At 30-something, man, people will go back and look, you've been shining for a long time, son. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call me or come to the house and holler at me. The saddest thing about this is what the people want to see. They want to see destruction. So if you destroy me, what are you going to do for the rest of the family? Are you going to take care? You told me on the post that you put up, you go take care of people in the community. That's what you're supposed to do when you come from that. You're going to help people. I'm just not helping ungrateful people. I'm not an ATM machine. People can't just just say they love me when I give them something. I'm tired of that, y'all. Any other parents, you could be rich or poor at a small level. You might give your kid $10, but if that's all you got, I've always fell off, got back up, hustled, did my thing. I'm tired of all these blog sites and all this stuff, hoping and having fun. Y'all can, but I'm about to go back to work and do what I got to do. I love my family. My door is always open for my son. To be honest, because we shouldn't have to go through this. And if I'm wrong, forgive me. I'm apologizing to you if I'm wrong. I'm still a work in progress. I come from nothing. Everybody goes through trauma. I'm dealing with this right now, but I love going out into the community and helping people. That's the way I heal. Allow me to heal. I don't have to be sitting around moaning and crying and all. I can't get my daughter back. But I can get out there and keep a legacy going, keep a name going. So let's do this in love and let's do this in peace. Because this is what the system wants. Think about it. We're stronger together. But you older now. So you got to lead by example for the rest of the kids. And really get through this, I'm just telling y'all, keep y'all prayers. We need it. And God's going to do what he got to do. You know, I'm not going to come on here no more. So bloggers and everything else is cool. Whatever you want to deal with Romeo. Whatever y'all think he's saying is true or whatever, that's cool too. I can live with it. I'm at peace now. I had to speak my peace.
Yeah, I think Romeo was out of order. And
Okay.
Now, I truly do feel like he is hurting. Of course, it's hard to lose a child.
Right.
You know, I can never understand that type of pain because I've never lost a child, you know. So, but my mother has, so I recognize that pain. Okay, so I can understand. I can see him in pain. I think what the most thing, like we was talking about also too, is, you know, a lot of our men, it's so hard for them to be vulnerable, you know, because they are this tough exterior masculine energy. You know, they tap into that so strongly, and they don't really show their vulnerable side. Romeo was raised in that type of household with his father to be a soldier, no limit, okay? You know, with no emotions and not even being vulnerable, okay? Even though Romeo is a love child. I mean, just be honest, he's a love child. And his humbleness in everything, you know, just looking at Romeo and, you know, his just, you know, studying, you know, his image. Romeo is very calm, cool, collect. You know, he don't surround himself with drama. He's not that type of rapper, never tried to be a hardcore rapper, stuff like that. It's always been that Romeo Juliet vibe, you know, the love, you know, the ladies' man. So, you know, he's a lot more, you know, in tune with that feminine side. But he was raised around that masculine energy so much that he couldn't really be vocal. And it's just sad that it took this post from him to express in that type of way. I don't agree that social media is the right way to express, but it has become a tool that a lot of us, you know, people have been able to use to be able to be vocal, okay? Just like if you were just talking to a complete stranger. I feel like social media has become that type of, you know, that type of trend when people are expressing online. Yeah.
That's why they got up there, what's on your mind? And that goes back to a post that I just pulled up with Romeo. He says, I've tried to keep things in-house. You are addicted to social media and unfortunately use this app as therapy. 3K plus posts. And when the world find out about the finances outside of a gift or a car, I've never been paid for anything. I've accomplished as little Romeo. Uncle C and Silk, no. You only pay outsiders rightfully so they'll speak good on your name. I'm at peace because I can now speak my truth and help others. Mom was always right. Your pride is everything. That is something that he tweeted. I don't even know if it's a tweet or not, but
and
he
when
wrote
it
that.
comes to that pride is a motherfucker.
That pride is.
And a lot of business savvy people definitely do ride on that pride energy.
It took a lot for Master P to get up there and even do that because he don't.
Yeah, that took him a lot to do that. It definitely
his
did.
Pride, you know, his image and all this, and he said it in there. He was like, "This is the first and the last time I'm gonna address this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. Y'all can believe that Romeo is right. You can believe he's wrong. I don't really give a fuck. You know, basically is what we're gonna sum it up and say. Because I'm not gonna get into this, and I'm not gonna keep getting into this. But like I said, I feel Romeo and I feel Master P as well, because you know I was a child. I was someone's child before I was someone's mom. So I
Right.
definitely can feel where both is coming from. What I don't know is about coming up in a home that already had money. That I can't speak on. I can only speak on turning the dollar out of 15 cents. That's all I can speak on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Romeo also said, and this was in another post, he said, why is being so right to strangers so much more important than being vulnerable at home? Probably
Now that
because
right there, honey.
that little boy is just in a body that's grown. Okay? Heal, kid, heal. It's the only way to really feel. Now, and he wrote more, but we're going to speak on that one right there. Why is being right to strangers so much more important than being vulnerable at home? Probably because that little boy is just a body that's grown. Heal, kid, heal is that's the only way to really truly feel. So he's basically, you know, talking to his dad. You know what I'm saying? He's not calling him a kid. I seen on one influencer that he was like, "Oh, you don't talk to your daddy like that." I don't think that's how he was talking to his dad. I think he was just expressing himself to let him know that I know it's something deeper than what you're portraying out here. Exactly,
Right.
Heavenly. I know that it's something deeper than what you present. Your pride and everybody still has that little girl, little boy in them. Everybody does.
Yeah,
We
we
started
all
out as a
kids.
little boy, little girl, you know. So therefore, it's some things that his dad hasn't healed from. That's why his dad worked so hard to not go back to where the fuck he came from. And I get
Exactly.
that. That's why his dad worked so hard so his children won't never have to experience the shit that he experienced. And I get that. But in the same token, sliding on over to my
When you're
Master
not
P side,
emotionally and connected to your kids like that, that is traumatizing. That is depression. That would I could see, you know, why the daughter,
opening
like
up
we said, you know, will
that
go
door.
into drugs. I could see why the
Mother,
mother went into drugs, because even
because
though
you're
his
not giving that
mindset was so
emotion.
set on the business, he's not emotionally tapped into
He's
his
not.
foundation, his family.
And that puts in females, we are emotional creatures. We thrive off
Yep, that's
of
right.
being in our emotions, being in our feelings, expressing ourselves or whatever. Not all females do, but majority of females, we're gonna express our feelings. Whether you know it might come off wrong, but it's still how we feel.
Right.
He's not like that. He on a bit. His mind has been business since that man got that $10,000. Might have even been before then. He's always been a
When he
hustler.
bought his own rights to all his music and
He
created
been
No
up
Limit
since
Records,
then.
he been up since then.
But the name is
Okay,
popping
Master P
already.
actually, Master P, a little bit backstory on him. Master P actually did bring all his whole family up. Okay, his
It is.
brothers, his nephews, his son. Okay, he brought his hood with him. He actually did do that. He took care of them, but he wasn't paying them either like that. Okay, and shit was trying to come out in the past, but it never did. We found out one thing. I'm gonna say allegedly, but I'm pretty sure I just found it out. But I'm gonna say allegedly. Yeah, when you can't nurture your children emotionally, it's because you can't and don't nurture yourself properly. And he probably definitely didn't have it either at home. So he's only passing down the mind frame of what he got when he was raised as well too.
And Heavenly
Controlling
said,
the face of himself. That's how it be. Yeah, he controlled the whole family.
and
Master
Heavenly
P brought the
said,
whole hood with him. He controlled it. You know.
and Heavenly
I
said,
was about to
and it's
say
because
about
you're
him.
emotionally not connected to yourself. That is
That's a
true.
fact. That's a fact. He, even though he was taking care of the whole hood, you know, his people, he brought them in and all of that. You know, we know the whole No Limit Records. Okay, that was his whole family. Okay, that was people he grew with. You know, from the hood, from his hood. UGK was one of those people those groups. Okay, and one in particular is, you know, we all are familiar with Pimp C. Okay, And Pimp C exposed him a while back, okay, when he was alive, that P wasn't paying him. All right? He wasn't getting his royalties like that. Of course, I'm in the good life. I'm rapping, okay? I'm wearing nice clothes. I'm in a nice car, because all of these are royalties. But when it comes to that bag, he was like, he's not paying us. So he exposed that. And when he exposed that, allegedly, Mr. P, because Mr. P has always been gangster, okay? And when you're an OG, you're a calm, gentle giant, okay? You know how to maneuver, without having to be the loudest motherfucker in the room now, even though you still an original gangster, okay? That's just like myself, okay? Like, yeah, I used to do hood shit, but I know how to move in this world now without having to alter, not alter, but retaliate back to the old shit, all right? I use what I got from that, and I use it to move forward, okay? That's the same thing what Master P do, but I believe what Master P still is connected. He got ties. But anyway, we're getting offline. But anyway, Pimp C exposed that he wasn't paying him. Allegedly, Master P went to the room, pistol whipped him. And he also called Jay Prince, allegedly, and we all know Jay Prince, because Jay Prince was just caught up in Takeoff's case. Okay? So he called Jay Prince, allegedly, and asked Jay Prince, can I kill him? Okay? Now, this is the type of shit that Romeo is raised around. Okay? Because he's the oldest child. He's the first. And that first always experience a lot and see it more than the other siblings. Okay? They damn near grow with you. Okay? So Romeo's seen a lot of stuff too growing up. All right. So when he was telling people, you just trying to protect your image, it's all about your image, Dad. I really know you, and what you be trying to paint for these people on social media is not it. Yep, the first always see the truth. Yeah. Okay. So, Master P, I'm just gonna say on this part, you need to listen to your son, okay? We're not agreeing that that's the right way to always, go to social media with shit, okay? But I feel like Romeo has been trying to talk to him over the years, and that has been displayed on television, reality shows, okay? It has been put out that he has been trying to tell his daddy he want to do certain things or he want to do this, and his daddy just, that's not going to fall in caliber with us, Romeo. We can't do that. And when you have that type of parent that has came from nothing to something, and they actually already got an arranged life for you, okay? They want you to follow in their footsteps. With boys, what we say, when men get boys, okay? This is somebody I can pass my, what they call it?
Torch.
Torch. Yeah, that's another word.
The hair of my legacy.
Huh?
You are the hair of my legacy. You are,
right.
I'm passing my legacy down to you.
So with the boys, men look at it that way. And Master P definitely looks at his son that way. That's why he put so much energy into Romeo. Also, with putting so much energy into that one child, that be 9 out of 10 be the child that's going to hurt you too at the end. Okay? When you focus so much on one, that one might 9 out of 10 going to be the one that hurts you.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 going to be the one that expose you. Okay? Mm-hmm. And Romeo said what? I've been getting gifts. My daddy's been buying everything for me. I ain't had to work. I ain't had to do nothing.
Outside of gifts or a car, I ain't getting.
This is definitely healing for Romeo.
It is. It is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he probably has taken therapy, and that's not working for him, because you can take therapy and heal yourself or whatever. But if you continuously putting yourself back in that same situation that you are healed from, you're not healing yourself. You're just talking about it. You're just venting about it to a person that don't know your business. The point of therapy is so you can get it out and heal and move on. you know,
Right.
and move on from that
It's
situation as well.
express those emotions, okay, so they can just flow on, okay, float on by, okay, get them out your system,
Exactly.
okay.
Now, Romeo,
And he's the one to talk to his daddy, like, you know, he's been Romeo. It's not the fact he's scared to talk to his daddy. His daddy just don't listen,
and
and so you don't listen. Romeo learned not to listen to your ass.
Right. What we talking about? Nothing. You ain't heard the fuck I said, so I don't want to hear nothing you say. And you hate to be like that because again, this is your elder. This is your father. So, you know,
Right.
he's not a selfish person either because he goes on to say, why is it that I'm soaring and my siblings are not? Probably because
Ooh.
our father didn't give probably because our father didn't give the same time on the clock.
Okay. He didn't put all that energy into his other kids.
He didn't. And that is something that he couldn't hide from the public. That was public common sense. You didn't see the
Right.
sister. You didn't see the other two
Yes,
children that he got. And on top of it, Romeo even said you always looked at your lighter kids over your darker children. You know, now
that's why that's another reason why. Yeah, that's another reason why I feel like the daughter trickled down into doing drugs as well too. Mm-hmm. You know, the mother was on drugs, but when Master P met her, of course, she loved the shit out of Master P. And I believe the mother still does, because even when she was on that one season that I do remember, right. Now that when they brought back talking about the daughter on the first season, I believe the mother was on that one too, because Romeo was trying to get both of them help. Okay. Now it's crazy that the son trying to get both of them help. Okay. But, you know, it is what it is. No, the 25-year-old one, the second to the oldest. The one after Romeo.
Yeah, the one after. I only know one. She got to be mixed. Because the other daughter is brown skin.
Yeah, the one that transitioned wasn't mixed. Was she? She don't look like she was mixed.
She's mixed heavenly. She's not. I don't think she is. But I can see where you would get that from. Now, if he got another kid that don't know about nothing about, I ain't seen them. Everything I done pulled up been showing those 4 children. But she kind of like she would be mixed with something.
They probably do got something else in their genes, but you know, like me, you know, we all got something in our genes.
So Romeo he showed Romeo most of all, but he also started showing that particular daughter. It's them 2 darker children that he didn't show like that. He got pictures with them, but they kind of off in the back. Like he ain't really got them up front. He's standing in the middle, Romeo on one side, the daughter on the other side, and then the other children are in the back. Let me see if I can find something. I'm gonna show you the picture.
But hold up, in the daddy defense, he had to die too. The spotlight, his daddy had to learn the game like the rest of the people he put on. Yeah, his daddy definitely did have to learn the game. I mean, and that's just along the way. You have to learn things through life. You have to learn the game. When, you know, we're definitely not blaming him for that, because that's just the mindset. You can't blame him. He came for nothing. He stressed it a lot. I came for nothing, okay? And when people have that mindset of knowing that they came for nothing, it's all, you know, not everybody. I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of them be, you know, it's all about the bag, you know? The family is even a business, okay? I think her name was a Munich. Huh? What the hell? Hold on.
Okay. Hold on. Pause.
Oh, dude. My bad. So he realized stuff. Yeah, he realized. Master P is, you know, even though he Your mic off. Your mic off. I'm unique. Oh, I'm unique. I'm gonna say you unique. I hope not. It pause. Hold up. Neat's still on. Can y'all hear me? It say your mic. Okay, you can hear me. You just can't hear her. I thought I could turn your mic on, but I can't. Symphonique. Oh yeah, now that sound like it. I don't know. We might have to reboot. Oh, you can hear me? I don't know why I did that. Cause you can't come back in and come back out, cause then it hang up. Let's see. I can't push your button. We might just have to just come back in. Oh shit, I pushed the wrong button. You want to just come back in? Cause I can edit it that way. It don't matter. Okay. Gidley?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my sister called my phone. It's looking weird now. I don't know what the hell is going on anymore.
We was talking about who the daughter, the one that transitioned. We was talking about her and the mother getting drugs. Oh, there's something I'm about to say about that too.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
y'all.
I can't see really who all in here on the numbers.
You can't see nothing.
I mean,
See the comments?
I can see the comments. I can't. My numbers are definitely not gonna be accurate on my side. Okay.
Yeah, mine. When I'm in your live, it don't be accurate on mine either. I don't know why they do it like that. It's so stupid. Only time it's accurate is when you're in the comments.
Right. Right.
But okay, so the mother and the daughter.
Yeah, the mother and the daughter, as we were discussing, you know, they both was on drugs, you know. In the first season, they exposed that. Now I can't hear nobody. You can't hear nobody? Come back in, come back in.
Yeah, come back in. I'm live.
Okay. We're going to have to get us a babysitter.
Yes. Mine in there. He don't want to do right. He ain't doing nothing else.
His baby. Our little girls be on. Okay. This little girl. Oh, okay, you can hear now? Okay. No, I can't hear it. You got to stop there, okay? All right. Now, we was
Does the
talking about
live
the
look funny to
daughter.
you?
Huh?
Does the live look funny to you?
Do it look funny to me?
Is it a regular way?
Facebook tripping. I dislike this. Facebook full of shit. They
It
be.
is tripping, and it definitely is because now, like our pictures are not as big as they was on
They
my
be
end.
big on my side.
It looks weird to me. I don't know. I don't know if I pushed the button or something. Like, what the
It
fuck,
is
man?
big on my side though. Like it was before. I don't know why is it showing like that on your phone. You ready? Or are you still trying to
Actually,
fix
you
it?
wanted to come up here? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
So, of course, the mother and the daughter, they both was on drugs. They both did, some type of substance. Finding out that the daughter, you flipped your camera, babe. Found out the daughter was on fentanyl, of course. Okay, that's what she overdosed on. We're not kind of, in the knowing of what the mother is on, but we do know she has an addiction problem. Okay. And most likely it's drugs because they expressed that. We just don't know what type of drugs she on. But, from the background of where they're coming from, and, she was a good girl when she first met Master P. She just happened to be, you be in the hood, you could be that good girl in the hood,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of say to yourself, you don't do everything that the other girls do. So she was one of those type of girls, and she loved her some Master P. Okay. So, when Master P started coming up, on his name and stuff like that, a lot of stuff changed in their relationship. And the mother ended up actually start doing drugs. Okay. And that's because, Master P allegedly was cheating on his wife. Okay. He also played a part in her addiction, allegedly. Okay. So it's not far-fetched that she dived right into the drugs, okay, when their relationship was rocky, okay? He was more so into that, get rich, mind frame. I got to create this for my family. He was on go, okay? So he wasn't tapped into his family like that. He kind of just left her in the foundation to do whatever with the kids while he out here building, okay? And that's logical sense, what fathers do, but sometimes, that can be damage control when it comes to your relationship when you're not seeing each other eye to eye. Okay. So the mother definitely she dived into drugs, okay, because of the disconnect between her and him. All right. Same thing with the daughter. She could for what I was feeling when we was talking about her, her situation of her transition, I felt like, he put so much energy, because it explains a lot why Romeo wrote his post like that too. He put so much into Romeo that the daughter, Genesis, no, that the daughter, it didn't matter whatever she wanted to do, it didn't meet his expectations, okay? Which left her to fall into the same footsteps as her mom. Make him say, I'm gonna have to talk to Percy. Okay, you don't have to. He had to get it together. You got to get it together. You saving everybody in the streets, but you ain't saving your family.
And that plays a part on why everything is going the way it's going now, because if you have a good, you personally structured your family the way you wanted it to be. The only thing they required of you was to listen, and you even refused to do that. So it's like, at this point, what do you want us to do? We can't even talk to you. You want us to be listeners to you, but you also throw up in my face that I'm a grown ass man. So with me being a grown man, it's like I don't have to listen to you if I don't want to.
Right.
I did all this time, I did all these years, and now it done come to a point in time where it's like, Okay, since you ain't listening to me, Dad, I don't have to listen to you either.
I want to answer Heavenly's question right quick. I want to dive into what she was saying. The daughter was Symphony. I think is that the one that transitioned? I'm thinking that's the one that transitioned.
This is the daughter. I'm gonna show you.
What's her name? Is that the one that transitioned?
She looks.
It got to be.
It got to be because
if that's the one that was
like
Nickelodeon. Yeah, she's very pretty.
This is the daughter. This is the whole family.
I can't see her.
That's her right there.
Yeah, that's the oldest daughter. Yeah, that's the one that transitioned.
These are the other two children.
She definitely did do Nickelodeon. But I think, like I said, she just never Tatiana. Tatiana is okay, hold up. Which one transitioned? Because the one that transitioned is the one that Romeo and her has the same mother.
That's her.
Okay, so Symphony was okay. Tatiana Miller passed. Okay. I was wondering if it said so was she on okay. So that's the other daughter from his other wife, the one he got now. Okay. Right. I do think it does play a little bit into, the daughter's images is why he didn't put so much into it. He put so much of that energy still into Romeo. Tatiana Miller.
That's not the same girl.
That's not her. That's got to be Symphony. That's the one by his other.
This is a different girl.
Yeah, the one that passed is the one up under. She's up under Romeo. Yeah, that's the one that passed. Yeah, Tatiana is the one. Okay, is the one that passed. I don't think that's the same girl though.
The one that I just showed you earlier was Symphony. This is Tatiana, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pieces. So Tatiana is the one that transitioned. For what we was talking about with her, I feel like, it doesn't matter what she tried to do. She just never lived up to Master P standards. Okay?
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah, that's Symphony, the one that's in the picture with them. I thought so. I was gonna say she don't look the same.
Okay, so I knew that. I'm like, this is a different girl.
Right. Because the girl I seen last night was a little darker. Pieces.
Yeah, she's a little darker. Hey, y'all.
That's the one from his first. That's Romeo's mom and daughter.
Okay, good.
The one that transitioned.
Okay, so is Symphony older or is she older? Who's older? She looks older than Symphony. Anyone?
She does.
I'm gonna assume that she's older. She's the one that passed.
The one that's 25 years old? Yeah. The one that
25.
transitioned is 25.
Yeah, she look about that age. The other girl look like she's maybe 20, 21. Maybe 23, I don't know. But she, I actually looking at this picture, I'm about to turn.
Yeah, I think Tatiana is the older sister. Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Look at this picture, look at her face. And y'all tell me what y'all see. Yeah. Let me zoom in a little bit. So y'all tell me what y'all see.
She was the oldest one. Okay, she was the oldest daughter. Okay. I definitely do with Master. I definitely agree with Master. With Sis was saying about she just there. I'm wondering if she was a product of his affair. Because that plays into why his wife left. He was cheating majorly. The first wife, which is Romeo's mother.
She definitely just there.
Yeah, she definitely is just there. Okay. What I was about to say, she definitely is just there. I can't even remember what the hell I was about to say. Oh, I do think it does play into image with Master P when it does deal with his kids. If they look a certain way, he gonna put more energy into that. Like
them.
Romeo, we felt Romeo was the cutest little boy. Okay.
This is my son, man. This is my son.
All right. But he took to her. Yeah, he took to her eventually.
Exactly, he did. He took to a lot of them, but the daughters he put in the limelight, and Romeo, of course, he put in the limelight. But them other two boys, them dark skinned boys, I ain't never seen them kids. Never seen them.
Not until, you know, like when they do like photos like that.
That's it.
Yeah.
And other than that, that's why Romeo said, "Why is it that I'm soaring and my siblings are not?" Probably because our father didn't put that much time on the clock. He also said, y'all, chase the money or chase the family. You can't do both because now you are gambling. Okay?
Okay.
Chase the money or chase the family. You can't do both because now you are gambling.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's the sacrifice that Master P stressed so much. I made so many sacrifices, which a lot of us parents do, okay, to get, you know, us, what our children up out of situations or us out of situations, okay, in better situations, okay. You know, so a lot of parents, we sacrifice for our kids, you know, so they can have a better life, all right? So I definitely agree, you know, to a certain extent, because we talking about Master P here, all right? Business mind savvy, okay? Everything is a business. So when it comes to you chasing a bag or chasing your family, the bag is more important to Mr. P.
Exactly. He's gonna go for
that is a choice.
Business savvy. That's his mind frame is business savvy. That's all he knows. Business. His family is a fucking business. His child was a business. Romeo was a business to him.
Yeah.
Even though
you gotta take a chance.
Romeo was not the best out of No Limit Soldiers. We all know Romeo was not the best. You had some great artists that was in No Limit Soldier, but Romeo was not one of them.
I bet you
really didn't even generate that much money.
I bet you said this to little Romeo. I bet you said, look, Romeo, it don't matter what your lyrics sound like. You the total package. You look good, the ladies love you, and that's all it's about. Because really in the industry, it really is about the image. Okay? You see why a lot of these women that's rappers and you know, they all have the BBL. It's all about the image. I think it's the parents' responsibility to emotionally nurture to your children. Exactly. That's a fact. That's something that he lacked. Not saying that he's a bad parent, because he ain't. But that he definitely lacked that emotional attachment, which a lot of men do. Okay? And it's not their fault, because a lot of them have not tapped into their emotional selves.
That is true. That is definitely true. I agree with that.
This is why you need the man and woman, because one side going to bear more weight, and that's when the stress comes, and the one carrying the most be the one that calm but quicker tempered. Hello. Yes, you right about that. I've been there. Okay. Even if you're not emotionally mature as a parent, you are still responsible for how your children come out. That is a fact. I agree.
Yeah.
I told sis one thing he got under my skin last night. He was like, because Master P did a post too, and he was like, I'm tired of this new generation blaming their parents. Well, get used to it, buddy.
But I can agree to disagree with that, because when it's our parents' fault when we are children, but as we become adults, whose fault is it then?
That's true. I'm not saying that you're going to always follow, you know, what your parents do, but your parents play a big part in how you make decisions in life. All right? And his daddy made a major impact on the decisions that Romeo made throughout his life. He became a 33-year-old man and said, enough is enough. The fucking 6, the year of the 6. Okay?
No. You were put in in a position to win. Yes, we're going to say that Master P put you in a position to where he was sort of kind of living his life through yours, the music, the basketball, and all of that stuff or whatever. But Master P didn't go to college. You did. That was something you wanted to do. You represented a college. That money that you was getting off that college for being that mascot for that college, that money didn't have shit to do with Master P. That was all you. Even though they practically hired you because of your daddy name, but still, you did that by yourself. The movies that you make, you're a great fucking actor. That ain't got nothing to do with your daddy. Your daddy ain't no actor. He is a rapper / businessman. Everything is a business to him. So as a child, he pushed you, did this, that, and the third, or whatever. Okay. So therefore, everybody know you from Lil Romeo, from being Master P's son. You could have took that, flipped that, and mastered that, like your daddy name is, Master P. He masters things. He also, he might master things a little too well or a little too much or get a little too comfortable with the mastering. But that's his name. He's Master P, master person, you know. So at the same time, it's like after a certain age, you know, and I wrote this down too, our parents' money ain't our money. You know what I'm saying? When we little, they taking care of us. But as we get older and we get into our own affairs and we get to hunching and things of that sort and having children out here, our parents become grandparents. They ain't got to help you take care of your kids if they don't want to. It's supposed to be a village, yes, but the village is to push you and uplift you, not carry your motherfucking ass continuously. I'm not supposed to carry you and my grandchild. So you was placed in a situation where you was winning. Now you're in a situation where it's like, oh, I didn't get paid for this, I didn't get paid for that. No, you didn't. But the shit that you got paid for, what are you doing with it, Romeo?
I think, my opinion is, I think, Master P is very controlling. He controlled the whole thing. Okay. I feel like that boy he couldn't be what he wanted to be without his father's approval. Okay. Right. And when you're in a household like that, where your family controls your every move, you're not flourishing to be who you want to be in life. And it just happens when he got older, and it took him to have a baby to realize his own family, how much control his father had over the family. You know what I'm saying?
But that baby just came. He's been to a movie.
I know, but his father didn't approve of those movies either.
True, but
his daddy didn't back him. He stepped out and he did not want to live under his daddy's wing. Okay? He didn't want to live up under Master P light. He wanted to branch out away from the whole little Romeo bullshit. You know? He wanted to. But his daddy is a businessman. He owns Lil Romeo. Sad to say, even though that's your child, but he owns him. Yes, girl, please. Yes, he had the luxury life, huh? Where he what?
You said he owed him?
I say he owned him.
Oh, owned. Okay.
Yeah, he owned him. So, he of course he lived a luxury life. Of course he had cars. Of course, because his daddy is Master P. All right?
House too.
He had all of that. But when you want to be your own man, okay? And you have a man that's always been taking care of you and controlled everything because it's based off of his own image to print the whole brand, it's hard to break away from that. Social media and celebrities are lessons to see how we are by the choices in the limelight. We learn through the choices while judging, agreeing, we learn. Yes, we definitely learning. Definitely a fact.
It's all a learning aspect of it. And with this situation on both ends, both Master P and Romeo, it's a learning because Master P's learning how to not be so fucking controlling. Because the more you hold a firm hand on your kids and not allow them, whether you rich or whether you poor or whether you in the fucking middle, it's always the same lesson. We just talked about this a couple of episodes ago, Dree. You can't shelter your fucking kids. Because when they finally get the fuck out there, guess what? That's the kid that's gonna hurt your feelings. That's the kid that's gonna really stray the fuck away and not do shit that you taught them. Like he said in the beginning of that clip, you watch
Like,
me hustle, you watch me do this and the third. Why you won't listen? I am listening. You're not listening to
right,
me. Listen,
right. And a lot of parents don't listen to their kids. It's my way or the highway.
it's my way or the highway. So
And that is
at
so,
this point, it's like,
so
come on, man.
contradicting. It's fuck.
It is. It is. It is. But
Like,
at the
I have
same
my own
time,
life.
now that you're an adult, now that you're older, and you realize what the fuck happened to you when you was a kid and how much of a
Right.
master manipulator your father was, what are you doing now? Okay? You're not a social media person. You've always been quiet.
Right.
You've always been humble. You've always kept yourself out of the limelight or whatever the situation may be. Why now? You know what I'm saying? And you know, just to let y'all know what triggered Romeo to go live was the fact that Master P decided to give a man flowers because of the suicidal, but didn't say anything about the daughter, the sister that passed away. And you know, her situation was kind of similar. Like he puts more energy into outside sources than he puts into inside of his own household. And I get that. I'm not knocking Romeo for that shit right there, my nigga. I'm not.
Okay, because they had what? The kids and the mother is facing suicide, depression, and addiction. And this is a family that you built because masculine builds, okay? So this is a family that you built, but you weren't involved in. You only built them for your own gain. And it makes him feel that way, you know? Girl, please. No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Don't do that. Go back there and sing in your room. Get your mic and go back there. Bye-bye. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it.
Right.
I'm going to take it. Yeah, but the masculine energy, they help build the family, the foundation, right? So, this is your family you building. And you're so in a disconnect with it that it started to crumble. And it's crazy because it just happened to be your son. Yes, honey, she got the mic. Genesis. We can't hear her. See, this is why I need a babysitter, y'all. Managers and not just yours to boss around. Right, they not just yours to boss around. Go ahead, let me get her out of here. I'll come back and finish my saying.
I can't believe she got a microphone. That's the funny part about it. They're always encouraging it. Let me see. But again, you know what I'm saying? You can't shelter your children when they get old. You do have to let them go out and learn and fall and get hurt. Once they fall and get hurt, you can have them, you can pick them up then, but let them hit the ground. Let them fall, so therefore they can feel that pain, that ouch, that like it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? That hurt right there. Like, that hurt my feelings, that hurt my pride. We can't do that again. And that's when you can pick your children up or whatever. We are their parents. We're always supposed to be there for them, you know what I'm saying, or whatever situation may be. But we also have to let them learn to pick themselves up, you know what I'm saying, or to fall and hurt themselves. You don't want them to hurt themselves tremendously to the point where it's like, God damn. But even in that clip, he said, with him being who he is and him having the power that he did have, he didn't want Romeo to go through nothing. He didn't want Romeo to hurt. He wanted Romeo to basically float through life like a fucking cloud. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how that works. Because in the end, you'll end up having your children resent you.
Right. That's why I say I can understand all his points of, what he was doing as a parent, because I get it. I can understand, the choices he made to get where he is for his family, for the family, period. But somewhere along that time, the disconnect became, my career is more important.
My family, my children. I really don't give a fuck about you. It's money to be made. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad part about it, especially with the mama, because he goes on to say, behind every king there was a queen who carried on his curses that was unseen. The unseen part was the mother being on drugs. And apparently, the way he said, who carried on your curses, this was your curse. And she carried on it,
Exactly, which goes back to him
which passed down to
introducing
the
her
daughter.
allegedly to all of this type of lifestyle. Remember, she's a good girl.
Yeah. She ain't doing all that wrong and things of that sort or whatever. She's doing what she's supposed to do.
Yeah, she was doing what she's supposed to do.
But you know, we you know, good girls like the hood guys.
Of course.
You know, it be like that sometimes.
Of course. Okay.
Like,
you know, and hood dudes like good girls. You know,
the opposites attract. You know,
opposites definitely attract.
Hood dudes with a hood female. Even with Christian and Blue, like I don't feel like he a hood dude, but she got some hood in her.
Mm-hmm.
Opposites attract.
She got a little bit. She got a lot more hood in him. And plus, his mama already exposed he wasn't raised that way anyway, so we know he ain't from the hood. All that money, I'm sure, plates was everywhere. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was too, honey, and vice versa. Yep. I'm pretty sure it was too.
So that goes on to, you know, I looked up a couple of other people and what they had to say about it. We all know who Charleston White is. Charleston White says that he stands with Master P. He said Master P took 10,000 and turned it into a meal. He didn't just feed his household, he fed many households, which he did. You know what I'm saying? He feels like Romeo is a spoiled brat, just like, and you know, it feels like his spoiled brat, just like T.I. and Boots the Kid. He said the only difference is that it was like he's a very handsome young boy, unlike T.I.'s son and Tiny's son, but at the same time, these are privileged kids. Now, the difference between Romeo and those children is Romeo had a disciplined error in him. You know what I'm saying? Like his father showed him to hold your head up high. It's business. You don't walk through.
Now, Master P, he definitely can be. He very motivational now.
Yeah, he ain't finna be out here looking crazy now because you got my image. You are my seed. You are my heir. I ain't having that shit. You ain't finna be out here wilding the fuck out. TMZ all in your business. Paparazzi coming back. You in the tabloids, drinking and smoking and doing all this ratchet shit. You can't pull up nothing on Romeo from the time that man came out as a little kid to now. Nothing.
If you find anything that's about him and his daddy, it has nothing to do with nobody else.
No, not nothing. Business savvy. That Master P mastered the art of staying the fuck out the tabloids. You hear me?
Okay, he did that.
He was not playing. Okay? This is the most you done heard about them goddamn people in the recent times. And that goes to show you what goes up comes down. You know what I'm saying? Everything, what's done in the dark comes to the light. Period.
You right about that.
Obviously, this is a prime example of what's done in the dark comes to the light. What goes up must come down. You know.
Exactly. That's why I say, we be so spiritually connected. We still have to be grounded. And to be grounded, you have to be in that foundation within yourself. Please. You have to be grounded. That means you have to come back down to earth now. Yeah. Because this is a physical experience. All right? And it's all right to be on your spiritual shit. But it ain't logical.
For real.
Yeah, eventually you definitely gonna come back down. And he getting set down right now. Because what's happening, please. Okay, I get you one. What's happening right now is he's sitting down. He getting set off that. He getting off that high horse. Okay, and that's all because his son is definitely going through a healing. He's expressing. Okay, and he's exposing. When you go through healing, you expose, you express, you say a lot of shit. Okay, a lot of things you've been wanting to say. All right, and it just from them being in a public figure's eye, being a public figure, it looks fucked up. But this is shit that we do every day. That's a part of the journey. You can be on your high, but you have to sometimes go, you have to fall. All right? And I hope that, man, I really hope he do listen to your son for real, for real. Because from what we've seen, what I've seen, you know, from what they put out, you don't listen to them.
No.
And that's definitely not, that's more damaging to your children than anything.
Exactly. And another girl who, you know, I watched Pink Book.
I'm gonna get her a banana right quick. I'm coming right back.
Okay. The Pink Book lesson. She says Master P used social media to promote, not cry like a little boy about you and your dad. You say he addicted, but it is only to promote. Meanwhile, what are you doing? Talking about my truth or whatever. Romeo brought up their house. He says one big house to stunt in is minimum way of thinking. But y'all, they've been in this house for 18 years. 18 years of being a homeowner. 18 years of being stable. Why would you even say that? Why would you even bring up the house talking about we've been in the same house for 18 years? One big house to stunt is a minimum way of thinking. That to me is a little bit ungrateful because I don't know.
I don't really even understand what he mean by that.
Like why did you even bring up the fact that y'all got a big house? This ain't no regular smuggler ass house. You get what I'm saying? You got a big house. You had a house outside the house. Romeo on MTV Cribs at one point stayed in a fucking guest house in the back of the house that he's talking about. The guest house probably one of the houses that we probably got now. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, or bigger than an apartment that we stay in, or whatever situation may be. But you're gonna say we stayed in the same house for 18 years. One big house to stunt on is minimum thinking. What are you thinking? What are you talking about?
I don't know what he's thinking, but I know what I'm thinking. With 18, that's 9. It's divine timing for all the shit to come out. Not just playing. Because that didn't make any sense when he said it. Why he said it. I don't know what was his whole reason behind it.
That is divine.
But it's divine timing.
It's a divine timing, and it's about damn time for the shit to hit the motherfucker.
I think he is saying there are more important issues to be worried about in his family. Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely can. Yeah, I can agree with that.
At the same time, a lot of people can't even say that they were stable for that long. 18 years in the same house, that's like grandma and grandpa type of relationship. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, them goes.
That is major fucking goals. You don't hear 18 years in a house unless you know it's grandma, grandpa, great grandma, grandpa. That house is being passed down for generation after generation after generation. You feel me? And motherfuckers can't say that they done been in a house for 18 years. It's very rare. Small thinking, Heavenly. Yes, it is. Because there's no reason for you to come out your mouth and tell this man that is minimum way of thinking. What, did you want him to become a real estate agent? Or just have multiple houses? Then you'll really be like, oh, he's fucking over on my mama. You got this house over here, you got that house over there, or whatever situation. He was already taking care of multiple homes, plus the house y'all staying in. And you're telling him that one big house is done on his minimum thinking?
Yep, I can understand what you're saying too, Heavenly. I can get what you're saying too, because you know some people be so caught up in that's a goal that you know that was most important for him to keep that house. I can see that, you know, versus keeping the family together. When it comes to assets, you know, that can play into him just keeping it because he's a hood nigga from nothing, you know.
And no, on the flip side of that, it's like you keeping that house with your children grew up in. That's important too.
That's what we look at it as. We definitely see that as that. You know. No, I'm saying we look at it as that, but from his standpoint, it can be a whole thing that he's never had anything. So this is something to keep, and it was more worth to keep more than his keeping his family together. Because as you can see, they're not as one unit. Yeah, that's a goal for us, but for him, that's just like that shit is more important to you than the family.
What bigger goals should they have had? Because I'm still trying to
That
grasp
goes
it.
for
Like,
us. For
a
them, they
house,
should have bigger
to
goals. Like,
me, it's like if he had a house for his family, that's an important goal too. Because now he don't have to focus on nothing else, but besides him focusing on his family, he focused on his business. He's focusing on his career. He's focusing on Romeo, getting him out there or whatever the situation may be. I'm about one big house, and that's what I don't have to focus on getting no house no more.
right.
I'm buying,
They already had money.
I don't gotta worry about that no more. That's out the fucking way. Now I can focus on my son, and now I can focus on the careers and who up under no limit and what staying at the limelight and that sort. That's how I'm thinking of it, and that's probably what he thought of it too. Because if you bought one big house, most people don't even get a chance to buy the house until years later.
Yep, I can see that. I can see that because a lot of celebrities do. They move around. You know, they definitely will get one house and go to the next, especially the more money they make. You know what I'm saying? Celebrities do that.
Maybe he didn't want to do that.
Versus for us, when we get good settled, that's just what it is. We add on to that. But celebrities definitely do move around when they evolve from one level to the next. They definitely involve in everything else. Sometimes they will involve in their houses.
But I feel like it was stability.
But from that era of Master P, Whitney Houston, Russell Simmons, that's ghosts like that. We've always, thought, okay, to have a house and to that is our to own it, right?
Russell Simmons still stay in their house.
All right, I can see that from Master P perspective, because definitely, yeah, that's gold. But from his son, like, we already got money, we should be able to do this and do that. I understand it because when you do evolve, sometimes everything else does evolve.
But Romeo, we don't got money.
You don't have to get money if your inner ish ain't together, right? But what I'm saying is, don't have 50 houses if your ish ain't together. That's a fact. All the other ish is gonna gonna fall apart. That's true.
That's true. Like he's an OG, so he's possibly thinking like how we thinking. One big house, pay for it.
Yeah, he probably is.
Something else. This new generation of people, because I got money, I'm gonna have a house here. I'm gonna buy my mama a house over here. I'm gonna get a house in Cali. I also got a house in New York. If I want to go down to my Florida house, I'm gonna go down to my Florida house or whatever the situation may be. That's how, and he may have other houses or whatever that he got, a little condo here and there, whatever the situation may be. But it's like Romeo is complaining about something that's so fucking irrelevant. Like, we was in the same house for 18 years. Oh, what are you talking about? It don't even make fucking sense, my nigga. So you talking about because we got money, which you don't got money, Romeo. Your daddy got money. You wasn't even bringing in. His first album sold 500,000. In the year 2001, that ain't shit. Motherfuckers was going platinum and shit back then.
I've been saying in the year 2001, that's what, like platinum?
No, it's not. No.
He feels sheltered even with money. Yeah. I can see that, especially in growing up hip hop.
He just wanted to be free. Just said it.
Yeah, he really did.
Because
he really didn't want to be up under his daddy wing. He was for all that shit when he was younger, though.
That goes back to that. That's like the lighter skinned folks, the white folks. Their kids get to the point where it's like, oh my God, we're in the same house. Like y'all little privileged ass motherfuckers be finding shit to complain about, my nigga. Finding shit. Had you been on your shit, had you decided, okay, I don't want to be up under my daddy wing. Your daddy forced you. Okay, now that you're an adult, I'm pretty sure Romeo is not still staying in that same house with his daddy them. And if you
I know he's not under that house no more. But for a grown, some people are still controlled when they're grown.
That's true.
Their parents still control their every move,
Because
especially when they got a family name.
But he also said, we've been living paycheck to paycheck since I turned 18. Romeo, you've been living paycheck to paycheck since you turned 18. Master P have not. So what do you want? What do you want, son? What is it? What are you asking for? Because now
I don't think
with every little fucking thing.
What's you saying? I don't think he was complaining about the house. I think his bigger issue was not having that connection, understanding, and approval from his father. Yeah,
So
I can see that
house.
too. I can see that too.
Why
because he definitely does look for approval from his dad.
For 18 years.
That
don't got shit to do with approval. They don't got shit to do with that. It don't matter what fucking house. You got families that stick together and they move from house to house to house to house to house.
What else did it say with the house?
One big house to stunt in is a minimum way of thinking. 18 years of being staying in that house for 18 years or whatever. Let me see if I can put. Oh, I had left the thing.
Because the house and money is important to his father. That's a fact. The house is more important than his and money is important to Master P. And he displaying a lot of hood nigga shit. When you don't have nothing, and when people get it, okay, that shit is important to them.
Because a lot of people, when they get the majority of the time, when people don't have shit and they finally get it, they don't know how to act, so they fuck around and lose it. He was determined, I'm not gonna lose this because I came from nothing. At least have something to show for it.
Yeah, he was determined because he had already lost one time. So when he lost one time and he got played on the first contract, you know, when he was rapping, even with basketball, when all those shits fell, he bought his own label and he came up and he promised himself he would never fail. All right. Not saying that that's an issue. I'm saying when you think like that, sometimes people lose their way. They disconnect from their foundation. That goes to you forgot where the hell you came from. Family is not that important. It's all about business. And with a lot of these Hollywood parents, their children's are business contracts. Okay? Their children are employees. All right? Okay, so as soon as they can talk, walk, and do all of that shit, it's time to put them in front of the camera. It's time to get money, get the bag.
That's what he said. He said, "What did he go?"
Yeah, he do have to talk to him in the language that he does know. That's a fact.
He said, "All my siblings are broke, bro. Never even had money to afford college, and nothing is wrong with that. He just shouldn't paint a certain life that isn't real."
Ooh, can I say something about that?
Hold on. One big house to stunt in is a minimum way of thinking. Now, that's what he said.
Can I say something about? Okay, now it's crazy. That goes back to you invested all your energy and your time into me, and my siblings are struggling. They ain't got shit. But you're Master P. Just like we was talking about earlier, how niggas would come on the social media and act like they don't been involved in their kids' life and doing all of this, but behind closed door, you're not connected to your child emotionally or physically or spiritually. You only do shit for the book, for the internet, for the media. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy that, because in him being Master P, and you gained a lifestyle that you created off of your back. And I applaud that man for that. But for your other children to be struggling in an area that you should be able to lift them up with, like you've been doing, carrying Romeo all his life. I think what it was most likely is Romeo followed his daddy more than the siblings. Them siblings, them girls, was probably a lot more vocal. Because
what, they got their mama.
Yeah.
They got their mom in their ear like this. It ain't really this. It ain't really that. This and the third.
That's just like Snoop Dogg. His other kids were in a certain spotlight, but his dark-skinned daughter is in a different spotlight, up to a point where he feel like it's like a disconnect. His dark-skinned daughter was sleeping out of her car. But you're Snoop Dogg. I don't give a fuck how fucked up my kids is. I don't give a fuck what type of decision they is. They will never sleep in a car as long as I got a roof and everything over my head. Yep, Romeo definitely made him money and fame, okay? He owned Romeo, Lil Romeo.
He did off of...
Romeo didn't just do rap. He did movies too at a small age.
He did Nickelodeon at a small age. He was in Nickelodeon, but Nickelodeon wasn't making money like that.
He played in a movie too.
I remember one or two movies. You feel me? I got the hookup.
Yeah. I would say he played in one of the movies.
But it was a small clip. It ain't like he had a role throughout the whole entire movie. You know what I'm saying? But the money that he made, like as far as the music wise, Master P wrote, mastered, mixed, produced all of that music. Only thing Romeo did was get in the studio, and he probably gave him the fucking flow to do it. So anybody know anything about the music industry?
He was pulling the strings. It's like he was what they call them, like a ventriloquist. Okay.
The puppet master. So, you know,
master puppet.
Said, anybody
puppet master. That's what that
he
is.
Anybody know anything about the music industry knows that the person who actually raps or sings the music is the last person to get paid. Everybody get paid because the artist does.
That's a true. That's that.
That's actually wrote the shit they fucking self, or produced it they self, or whatever the situation may be. But everybody, the producer, the master, the writer, everybody get paid. Even the fucking label get paid before the artist does.
Yeah, they do.
You're the last person to get paid, and it's probably nothing. The only thing the artist get paid.
Knowing that Master P owns his whole own label, there's no middleman. They made their own beats. They had their own producer. They had their own directors for video. They had their own corporation, No Limit Corporation. Okay.
I'm not saying that it was right for him not to pay Romeo. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But when it comes down to that music industry, everybody get paid before Romeo, because Romeo only knew how to produce the words out of his mouth. That's it. Now he should have gotten paid off of touring. That's where most of the artists' money come from, is touring. You can't take that money from them. They literally going out doing that shit they damn self.
But you got, and also think about when he did touring. When he did tour, he was young.
He was young.
So that check didn't go to him.
Exactly. You know,
went to his.
It went to his daddy, and that part I will agree. The whole shebang is fucked up. But that's even more fucked up is the fact that he out there working like a goddamn slave on fucking stage, and you still taking his damn money. Now you could have gave the man the damn touring money. You could have gave him that now. I'm not even gonna sit up here and stunt. You could have gave him his touring money. All that mastering the studio and mixing the mastering and all of that producing and shit. Yeah, okay, I can see that. From the labels look of things, I can see that. But the label don't got a motherfucking thing to do with touring.
Look, not Bow Wow. Romeo wanted to move out. Where did he go?
What's up, Tyrone?
Where did his daddy put him at?
In the backyard.
There you go. Peace, bro. There you go. He wanted his own place.
He moved
Just
out.
say I got a back house back here. You can stay in that motherfucker.
The guest house in the back. You feel me?
Okay, well, guest house, not back house. I'm sorry, I'm country. But
The outhouse.
the guest house, not the back house. But yeah, you know, that goes back to that controlling shit. He's trying to, you know, what I say, spread his royal oats. Okay, he's trying to spread his
royal.
What?
Sow your royal.
Well, shit, sow your royal oats, spread them. Just fly, baby, fly.
That's what I'm saying. So
He wanted to fly.
But see, that's the master manipulator and Master P. Oh, you want to move outside? Okay, sure. I got this back house in the back.
Like, let the boy grow up now. Let the boy grow up.
Grow up and out to the backyard in the guest house. You moved out. What we talking about? You moved out, okay? You're gone.
See, that be the controlling ass parents. Like, no, I don't want to stay on the land. I want to go somewhere else.
Out of here, bro.
Why would I gotta stay here?
What did Forrest Gump? What did she say? Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far away.
Okay, now. Exactly. He did not want to be there. Like, damn, Daddy, okay. I'm trying to get off under your ass.
I want to go. Okay, you gonna give me the bad house, but as a manipulator, and he being young and he not knowing that he's being manipulated, he like, okay, yeah.
And I just heard that, of course, Romeo was the one that was offered a deal for the growing up hip hop.
And guess who came right along with his ass? Right.
His damn dad was right there trucking right. I'll make sure you gonna stay in line, soldier.
Cause you a no limit soldier. I thought I told you.
Okay, I thought I told you. Okay. We no limit soldiers. Okay, like you. Attention. Okay, Master P was right there. Okay, every fucking scene, Master P was right there.
He was the P Diddy of that era, you know.
Okay, all in the videos. Okay. Romeo couldn't get a scene by his goddamn self if he wanted to. Oh my God. Master P was right there. Okay.
You feel me? You right there. Hold my dick and shit.
That boy was tired. He was fed the fuck up.
I'm surprised he didn't run the fuck away.
Jen.
Just run.
You say just growing.
Just run.
Just run. Now he should have just ran, okay? He should have just ran away, okay? Shit, when Romeo left to go overseas to do that movie, shit. Master P damn near lost his damn mind.
He probably was over there calling him every time. He probably had a tracking device on that.
That's when he met that new girl. That's when he met his baby mama. He wasn't up under that his daddy wing.
Some pussy. He know what to do. Oh, this is what this feel like. And my daddy ain't here to construct it. Tell me how to stroke. No, son, you're not doing it right. In and out, in and out. Then you gradually go faster. That's how you do it.
Exactly. Let that boy grow up. He's tired of being little Romeo. He grown now, okay?
I'm grown. Which, in the same token, yeah, it's fun and laughter, but in the same token, now that you're grown, what now, Romeo? Because you got what you asked for, you're up under your dad's wing. I hate how you had to do it. You had to resort to the social media thing. I honestly hate that for you because that's something that I really feel like he didn't want to do that. He wanted to He big wrong.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, he big round now. Okay, big round. But you know what? That happens when you're not taught to express, and when you are trying to express and you're shut down. That's what happens.
Oh, listen to this. I just heard.
Okay, let us spread the wings.
Sometimes we can be a slave to our own kind.
Ooh. Okay.
You're a slave mentality so bad you enslave your own children. You enslave your own people around you and not knowing or knowing. You might know that you're doing the shit, but they don't know that you're doing the shit because he looks up to his dad.
Right.
So bad.
Master P he be quick to shut it down and come in there with a motherfucking affirmation. We ain't doing that wrong. But what we gonna do is we gonna look, to higher.
A higher learning. What would your higher self say to you in the situation right now? Do you really believe that is the right thing to do? I mean, I don't.
Okay.
Now you just said,
come on, bastard.
Okay, Dad.
Okay. Right. A lot of times we don't know how. No, that's the fight. Right. That be that fight. It definitely do be that fight.
No. And then you don't know whether to fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times too. Romeo is trying to fight right now. Fuck fighting. I don't even want to fight. I'm gonna get the fuck on through. I'm gonna expose this shit for what the fuck it is. I'm gonna call my dad out, whether y'all believe it, the fuck or not. Y'all can call me ungrateful, because you got people that's like Romeo's being really ungrateful, and you got people that's like, that's the people wrong with that shit. Hey, it is what it is.
I think, the way he came out can make it look ungrateful, And I think, to go through healing, you have to go through ungratefulness. You have to drop all. You got to learn. You got to tap into that energy to let go of that shit, to evolve from it. That goes along with expressing. And it might come off as being ungrateful, but you're actually trying to release some shit. You know what I'm saying? To gain a higher understanding, because he's learning about himself. For once, he's actually being a man without his daddy being around. I learned I give my kids too many instructions at once because it's all in my head and needs to be done and won't be done unless I do it. But I need certain shit done at the same time in different spaces. So I have to stay calm to project what I need to avoid them feeling like they running like a chicken with their head cut off. Girl.
Oh, yeah. The next time you want to write a paragraph, hit the join button, okay?
She be typing like a motherfucker. Okay.
Come on. You type out that you want to read it. Hit the motherfucker.
But that's true though. That's true. It could be. It definitely. I can relate to that. I definitely can relate to that.
Well said. I'm going to give you a thumbs up.
Real life, it might come off as rude, but strength to the person projecting. Romeo finding himself for real. He definitely is finding himself, and it's about time. Like I said, he 33. He year to 6, my nigga. And that 6 did with what you seeing. He's starting to see some shit. Okay, he's starting to realize shit that his dad is his idol, my nigga. That's God to him.
Yeah. And guess what? In the religious aspect, Jesus died on the cross at 33 on the 3rd day.
That is so right. Girl, that is right. The sacrifice. Okay? That sacrifice that his daddy talking about. That he did.
That's what he's doing now. Fucking, I can't even get the shit out of him. Okay. I'm gonna come. I'm tired. Master P sacrifice, right? Now it's Romeo's time to sacrifice, but Romeo's definition of sacrifice is different from Master's, because Master's struggle coming up, that was his sacrifice. Romeo's sacrifice is going to social media and blasting his bitch ass. That's a different type of sacrifice. We ain't gonna have, everybody's not gonna have the same struggle.
When the sacrifice he going through, like with healing, when you finding yourself and you're going through this healing and you know that sacrifice to to find your to tap within yourself, basically connect with yourself, it can be sacrificial on both ends, because he's exposing his daddy and at the same time he's telling the truth. Oh, okay. You got the
Let me add her. It said she can't be added at this time. That's stupid.
Oh, damn, really?
And we definitely had multiple people up here because me and Tip.
Well, it was on my, but that didn't matter at that time. I wasn't monetized.
Right. So I don't know. Hold on, yeah. Let me see.
Go to.
It says I was to join the broadcast at this time. I just don't.
That's weird. Facebook full of shit. Y'all tripping tonight. They is tripping on that one. I can't even do it over here, so.
That's dumb.
Do you have the add button on your screen? If you do, sis, try to push it. Not you.
She did. She oh, look at that.
I'm on it.
I had to keep hitting the button.
Hi.
This is caller 99. I just wanted to comment about your boy Romeo.
Caller 99, okay?
Yes. So I feel
Caller,
like this.
Your mind.
I feel like this. Hold on. Let me get my scene. I love you too. Oh, excuse me. I feel like this. When you in a position to like I went live a few times. That's a whole different. Yes. No purple cup. Good night, son. I went live a few times and I couldn't decipher between my emotions and what the fuck I was trying to say. And so you talking about somebody that been in the life forever. He's been trained how to talk. He's been trained how to project his emotional state. And so in the era of social media help you express yourself, he's not right or wrong. He doing what everybody else doing, but it's gonna come off as rude. It's gonna come off as catty. It's gonna come off as fucked up because he held his tongue. He held his tongue. He literally up here probably saying everything he wanted to say in all them times. That's how I feel. Like I'm holding shit in. I'm just saying it. And as I'm saying it, it's offending niggas because I've been holding it. You understand? So is Romeo more submissive, holding his tongue? Is he's less expressive, holding his tongue and not telling his truth? Like we all can have a conversation, right? We gonna have different point of views, right? But can we talk without arguing what's right or wrong? That's right. Social media don't do that. It's a war of who's right and who's wrong. And so even when you right, you still gonna be put in the middle of that war because it's everybody's perception off of what the fuck you doing all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, and I feel like with Master P, I feel like that masculine energy just has to rise as a whole. Like they don't understand the importance of the balance. If I had a man around, I would not be telling my kids, hey, get that, do this. Oh my God, it's about to be a fire. Oh my God, on one person. Oh my God, do this because it's so much going on. And so I'm Master P now. I have to master me. I got to master them. I got to figure out how to get to the business side of Master P mind. But it starts with just daily fucking tasks. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I'm projecting to my kids, they catching on all my energy. Romeo realized catching his dad energy because he just stressed for real. And so him cheating, I feel like is a scapegoat. Niggas, like the more and more I'm seeing people like do what they want for real. Being in relationships is stupid to a degree. From a high spiritual standpoint, it's stupid because you get so caught up and we don't see how our choices, the choices we make and the effects it have on our children. Nobody is sitting down and saying, hey, this is me, this is you. If we do this, it's going to affect our kids. And if we don't commit to this stage of healing in our relationship, our children, your offspring is going to be affected. Nobody's thinking like that. So niggas just getting together based off of stats. They getting together based off of comfortability. They getting together based off of it just working. And they'll be stuck in the just work. And then they'll move on to other things and still be fucking miserable. And so he couldn't put the energy into his kids the way he needed to because he was stuck on one mindset. And so I don't discredit the hustle mindset. But being a previous soul person, every day I had to go to work and the mindset was taught to me to hustle, right? That was the teaching. not hustle the customer, but make some money off
Right.
the customer. I was just being myself, and that meant taking a little bit more time with my customer. That meant brushing the Caucasian woman wig with cancer who had a Murad facial, okay, and I got a $6,000 sale. It just meant a little bit more time, but to everybody else on the hustle, I'm naive, I'm slow, but I got more money on the books than them because I'm not thinking about the money. I'm thinking about the sale. The sale is going to stick. So the sale and his family,
on the people itself.
yeah, it's like, and cut me off anytime. The sale is his family. He hustling his family, thinking he hustling the paper, but he hustling himself because he's losing the connection with his family. I relate with that shit. And mind you, I didn't have all that money in my foundation. Just talking to y'all, I'm learning certain shit that I wasn't given, like talking to y'all in private spaces. I'm learning certain shit about me that I wasn't given in my foundation, and I'm learning it at almost 31,
Right.
having regular ass
Right.
conversations. This shit, it makes you want to hate your parents for real, because it's like, damn, I'm almost 31. I gotta figure out this. What the fuck? But I know this, but I'm struggling
Let
here.
me tell you something. Being a parent didn't come with no fucking manual. But as kids, we didn't know that shit. We was like, rah, rah, rah. You know what I'm saying? And then now that we got kids, now it's like, oh, damn, this is what my mama was going through, or this is what she was talking about.
I say it all the time.
It's like, oh,
Okay.
I get
When
it.
you're
All the
putting
time.
in an experience, that's when you be able to see some shit.
And
Yeah.
Romeo is going through that now, but on a different aspect of it. He never thought that his daddy was wrong. He always followed what the fuck his daddy said. So it's the flip side for him. When we got older, we see what our parents talking about. He's got older and like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
This what you've been doing this whole time? This is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, Dad, I don't agree with that. But
Yeah,
That's what I feel. That's what I'm saying. You know.
that's why he got to get on his feet and do his own thing from here on out, because now that you're older, you can no longer blame Dad. You can blame him for the past shit. Yeah, he did that. Yeah,
that's
did
all
that.
of us right now, though. That's every nigga waking
Yeah,
up.
you have to
You know
unlearn
what
to
I'm
read.
saying? Like,
Yep.
I realize, and I tell my daughter all of this. I tell my daughter, like, I say to her, I say, Mom telling you too much stuff at one time. What am I teaching you? Show me what you know. And when she regurgitate back what she understands and she show me, I be like, damn, I'm teaching you that? But I didn't fully master that, but I'm teaching you that? So you understand? Wow. I'm shocked. But
Because we are
you know,
able to give our kids more
What we didn't have,
yeah.
and that's understanding more about this journey.
inner understanding. And
See, that's what we got life fucked up at. The whole concept of I want to give my kids what I never had has been a materialistic mind frame.
It was supposed to be
say that shit, man.
It's
That's
supposed
not how it's supposed
to be from within.
It's supposed to be from within. You're giving them what you didn't have from within, not from out. It's never about no Jordans. It's never about no. I mean, you do want to give them nice things. You do want to put them in a nice house and things of that sort, whatever situation may be. But the concept behind it is, what are you teaching them that will continue to be with them until the day that they pass it on to their children?
And watch this. The thing is, do they understand? Because how many times we tell our kids to stop and they keep doing it, which means they don't understand.
But look,
that be us.
Even as an adult, you have to tell me several times, and I might not get it then. Even on this journey, we plant so many seeds, and motherfuckers might not even get it then, but eventually they'll get it.
They'll get it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes as adults, we still do stupid shit.
Yes, you definitely want to show them a better way of life.
How many adults that either smoking crack and you done told them crack is whack? They knew crack was whack when they was in school because you had a whole fucking class about it. But you still go up and smoke that rock, okay? You know it ain't good, but you did it in that way. Now you done lost your teeth, some of your hair, you're losing weight, you look cracky. Now it's like, I gotta get off that shit. Oh, you do?
Hey, that's real though. That's true though. That's true. They look like what they going through. You know what I'm saying? And that going through is so draining when, you know, like we've been given so many keys on our journey from just people we've connected, you know, with over the time in our journeys, right? In our lives. We didn't catch everything then. The kids, we got to keep telling them.
Yeah.
You do.
But
And
you get older, you
until
remember
they
those
experience it one good time and be like, oh shit, that's what my mama was talking
gotta
about.
Yep.
experience it over and over. It be shit like for
Yeah.
real. It be stuff.
You gotta get to an experience where you done, you fed up, like, yeah.
It be stuff.
Tired, goddamn it.
Man, like I think if I can talk about it real good, I think I know. And then the next time it be like, yo, I be lying. I don't know. I think I know. I think I know. I just be thinking I know, and I don't know. But it takes that experience to show you.
You really don't fucking know.
Yeah,
Right.
you got your one foot in, you got your left foot out, and when you in the middle of it, you just shake it all about. You shaking, your perception is constantly shaking up because you don't know.
You know, so the whole goddamn child.
I did.
That's what it's all about.
You got them you definitely have to let them learn on their own. Like, we can keep telling them the same thing over and over, but they gonna have to learn on their own. Just like Romeo, he's starting to learn on his own now.
Because he didn't. Even Master P said in the clip, he was like, you don't be wanting your kids to go out here and fuck up or whatever. Even off of that own situation, he sheltered the fuck out of Romeo.
He did.
But he also shaped and molded him in the image that he wanted him to be.
A mini masterpiece.
That didn't work. That didn't work for him.
Yep, that's the hard part. That he did form him into a mini masterpiece.
And guess what? It didn't work for him because Romeo is Romeo, not Master P.
That's just like when the scientists created Frankenstein. And the scientists created Frankenstein to do as he wanted. But when Frankenstein woke up, he realized it's what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying?
Huff and puff and blow your house down.
And that's not the Frankenstein.
Nails in his neck.
That is Little Red Riding Hood.
He did.
Right, he is our own person. Okay, just like Pinocchio, you know?
That's not even a Red Riding Hood, that's Three Little Pigs.
When you said Huff and Puff, your house down.
He was blowing the pig's house down too. The straw, the stick, and the brick.
It's all of them.
Oh, the Three Little Pigs.
That's the original story.
What did I say?
But it's certain stories. The Red Riding Hood is in there.
Oh, Red Riding Hood. You definitely got something to do with the damn wolf now.
In certain stories. I don't know who's telling it. I love it.
That is the Three Little Pigs, my bad. What the hell did Little Red Riding Hood do?
You got me in the bed.
Right, like. Hold up, wolves. The wolf, Red Riding. Okay. It was the pig's house, and then Red Riding Hood went in, and the wolf caught him.
No, Little Red Riding Hood went to her grandma's house.
Oh damn!
And the wolf was in the bed.
But I see
who was eating the porridge then? Wasn't that Little Red Riding Hood?
No, that's Goldilocks. That's Goldie.
Oh yeah, that's Goldie. She was eating the bear's porridge. Yeah, ugly.
That was the intermission.
Oh shit!
All right, back to your regular scheduled program.
Yeah, back to Mr. Miller.
I'm like, no, she ate the porridge.
Oh yeah, the porridge. That's all Miss Goldie.
And that's a different aspect on that. We need to do a live about the nursery rhymes and how deep them motherfuckers
That'd be dope.
Let me read it. I want to read this shit and rap it. Mary had a little lamb. Her fleece was white as snow.
I'm like,
I'm coming, Jace. I didn't even know you was in there.
You gonna rap it?
Yeah. Okay. I just want to read.
Put some energy. Don't be a Romeo, because Romeo.
I ain't hear what you said. Yeah. Romeo just had like.
Say we crazy, bro.
For real, first. His little peach fuzz.
You know we gotta be comical. We had all the childhood fucked up. We had to learn to relearn.
Everybody was out in the one area. No,
we had to go back.
No, that was the bird. No.
think about Dakota Fanning, right? She a young child. She got parents, but that little girl smart as shit. That little girl is smart as shit. So you mean to tell me her parents getting all her royalties, so when she get older, she gonna be in Romeo position, realizing herself. Miley Cyrus was a young kid star. Daddy had control, but it all depends on the parent, how they deal with things. You understand?
I think Molly already done cracked the code of getting off on her daddy wing when she met MJG, I think that's his name, and she made that song. I came in like the wrecking ball. Yeah, she was gone then.
But I think that's what they go through when they come in young like that. You know, they come in young.
And they do.
The gamble of how the parent gonna move. Cause like I'm telling my daughter now, she got skills. I'm telling her, look, when you get older, you ain't gotta work for nobody. You ain't gotta figure it out like me, like for real. And I'm trying to empower her to get it while she's young. She don't see the value all the way, but she has a gift, a real live gift. I'm trying to show her, but I'm trying to show her, like, I don't want to take your money. I want to show you how to save your money, how to grow a legacy, you know, from the family. Like, you can do it, you know. But if I had the thousands in the backing, I don't know where her future would be with that. But I don't want to lose sight of the goal for some coin. So I'd rather us go through it now when we ain't got it. So, you know, the bond is built. So by the time you make it, you know, Romeo grew up with the money. He didn't have a chance to grow up without the money. So that's all he knew. He knew how to get his way with money. He knew how to cover up himself with money. Money was the scapegoat, not really expressing itself. I'm trying to empower my kids to express themselves before having the money, so when they get it, they won't get caught up with the shit.
And that's how most business higher up think. That's how most higher ups think. It's all about the bag, and they ain't worried about the emotion shit, expressing. It's all about getting the bag. And hey, it's all right, but in the same sense, that's not being one with yourself. Exactly. That's not being balanced. That's not logical. That's not even reasonable, because you can't do both, just like his son said. You have to pick and choose the two. And he made that sacrifice to pick the bag, okay?
The shit.
And that's just starting to bite him in the ass.
Romeo still had better opportunities than a lot of us out
here. He did. I agree.
So, you know what I'm saying? Even though Master P wanted him to do what he wanted him to do, he had, like, as far as his music wise, his music didn't make enough for him to be still making money off of it now. Like, there's no royalties coming in. You can't even name 3 albums of Romeo's, let alone 3 damn songs. I said albums, not songs.
I'm thinking about Bow Wow.
Romeo. Bow Wow, because you probably had in your head.
Romeo and
Julio. Yeah, I'm thinking about Lil Bow Wow. You just don't know the way you move so fast.
That was Lil Bow Wow.
I think of none of Romeo's songs.
Hey, I can't even.
Yeah, the song with Solange. Damn, I was just saying.
I met Maya, the singer, right? She was my customer. And when I met her, I said, "Oh my God, you still doing music?" She looked at me like, "What the fuck?" It was the same moment, like the same moment. I had to think, like, my love is like, well, what the fuck did Romeo do? What did he do?
Nah, you ain't gonna do Maya like that.
No, Maya wasn't messing with Romeo. She was messing with Silk the Shocker.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maya,
oh, yeah,
too old for Romeo.
Yeah, you could tell
he had about 2 or 3 catchy songs that Master P paid for to even go on 106 Park. You know what I'm saying?
Don't nobody know. Don't nobody know.
Oh, I get it.
Nobody know none of his music. We know.
Him and Solange, Romeo. What the fuck is it?
Girl, your guess is better than mine.
That's the dream. I'm thinking about the dream. Damn, Romeo sucked. He ain't got shit. Like, I can't think of nothing. I'm thinking about the dream, Bow Wow, everybody but Romeo.
Look, they clowned that little man for the longest. You know, his daddy got them rap chips, right? They put Romeo on one. Somebody made a meme talking about when his rap career didn't make it.
We buy.
And they
I
clown
don't
that boy. They
remember the
clown him
song.
with the ICBC.
Got them all in the hood.
Love hurts truly.
I don't remember that shit. I don't remember.
I do.
I remember it. Hold on. I want to do what he did.
I don't remember none of that. I doubt.
She's thinking of that
Ain't
shit.
no limit to this love.
Honey.
That was so good.
And you know the song.
I don't know it.
Yeah, I know the song. Of course, I know the song. I don't know that.
Go back and let me
I
see.
don't remember
That's
nothing.
the only song I know.
Let me see. Let me see.
I'm about to die, y'all.
Oh,
Where is your charger at?
Over there.
But yeah, that every time that little man try to do something, you know, that young man try to do something, you still have to manage. He
Hold
gets
it down,
clout.
y'all.
Because
Hold it down.
he's masterpiece saying, yep, he do. He
what's
do.
Reverend?
Not because he definitely exactly. That's why his daddy told me, your music ain't got to be all. It ain't got to be all that. I'm already masterpiece, and you got an image, okay? So you already gonna get the money. You ain't got to try hard. You see, he ain't have to do nothing in that video. He was just
It was
his
just for
little
me.
cute ass.
He was about to bust out in the rap. Okay.
You
He ain't
know,
have to do shit.
you
Fresh
know,
braids, okay?
nigga,
He was a little cutie, okay? Like he got to do too much of nothing.
you know how girls be like, bitch. He was able to.
Okay, look at look. Okay, look, Romeo was there. He was smooth now.
Oh my god. This dude look like my uncle. I can't show y'all this picture. Looks smooth like him. Come on.
Honey, no.
That's the only song I
I'm
remember.
sorry, Romeo. Stay the acting. Cause you do your shit in acting.
Look how he looking around. He don't even know what the fuck going on.
Thank
Okay.
But Solange with it. Cause guess what? She was Beyonce's sister.
Oh yeah, that's her sister.
That's her sister all day. Look how she moving around and stuff. Probably had a little practicing with Beyonce.
And she could never be in the spotlight with Beyonce. Like
No.
she will always be up under Beyonce.
I think she like that for her. Because it don't, you know, she don't got the same work that
I don't think she like to be in the spotlight anyway.
yeah.
Honey, we on the phone. You see that little cellular phone?
Look at the little motorcycle.
Hunty.
They crystal balls was an 8 ball.
But I remember them pants.
And they still available today.
I remember them pants.
Keep the blue and yellow though. That's like that's the yellow is neutral. Like when a baby's born, it's neutral. You understand the neutral colors? But the blue and yellow is masculine and feminine too.
Not ice and cotton candy.
Girl.
I think they sold. I think Romeo came up.
Leave Romeo alone with his fine ass. Okay. All he had to do is model. He didn't have to do much.
That's what I'm saying. But no, he got the perfect image to switch the minds of little boys at that time. You understand?
I can't believe y'all don't remember.
That shit just sounds stupid. I'm sorry. Oh, Romeo.
That was a baby.
Yeah. His little
All right,
peace
that's enough of
peace
Romeo.
win.
But
Yeah,
hey,
Lil Bow Wow. But Lil Bow Wow's career actually popped off a lot more than Romeo's did.
Mm.
But Romeo had a better platform. Well, no, I can't say that because JD was doing his thing too.
Romeo daddy just clever. That's what that is.
That's it.
I remember.
I mean,
watching
think
that.
about the aspect of that. He had
peace,
Solange
peace.
in the movie, in the video with him.
Mm-hmm. That was a marketing strategy. You already know that.
That was definitely a marketing strategy because you linked up with the nose. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce was with Destiny's Child at the time, so you knew that Beyonce then was too mature for your child. So the next best thing would have been Solange, and that put Solange on the map too.
Mm.
You linking up with No Limit Soldier? Okay, yeah, get her.
But I didn't know it was
Solange.
Soldier attached to that.
Yes.
I thought it was
No Limit Soldiers. Yeah, that was the label.
I remember they show and watching the father sit on the couch and they try to talk to him and he was disconnected. But you know, you see shit like that, like when you a kid, you look at it like, okay, the nigga just busy. He trying to pay the bills to keep the lights on for the show. You're not looking at it like, yo, this they real problems. But you look at Reverend Run's son, like they had issues too, but this nigga was
They did
like,
too.
He's reading from a book. I'm so holy in the now. I love my kids. I'm a family man. It's an image. We sold that shit when we bought into it by tuning into it.
Like the Cosby Show and Family Matters and shit like that.
Yeah.
We painted that image of that's what we wanted.
Yeah, she in the spotlight just because of Beyonce.
Yeah, she is.
Daddies don't produce like the niggas we see on TV. It's not their fault because they low key trying to be like them without telling us, and we pay attention to it. You know, they trying to hustle and go get it to match the environment they see on TV, which is not their real environment. You know, all that's disaccord. Like that's why I said earlier in the comments, it go back to the setup. The setup is to keep us from not being vulnerable. I said to my daughter, I said, yo, it's so good to talk to people. But to talk to people, you have to be in a place of vulnerability. And when you used to just been in a survivor mode, you don't want to talk to people. You go to mindset like, okay, what have been vulnerable taught me? So it's better to just to stay to myself. You know, that's a mindset to navigate for some. And for me at times, right? And then when it comes to work, it's, I want to spend time with my family, but these two jobs need me. So you got to go do what you got to do. Even when you want to give in, you can't. Like my daughter tell me, she see her father trying to communicate, right? But he don't know how. And so he's literally
a lot of men don't.
He's stuck, but we do look. I tell her, do little things like, cause say, hey dad, I love you. Ask him what you doing. Ask him how you feel. Just get him talking. And it worked. He talking to her as opposed to he wasn't before, but he's literally talking. Whereas she's not looking at it like, okay, he hate me. As a younger child is understanding there's a communication barrier. But I say, look at the way his mama and brother communicate with him. Now, do you understand your daddy more? You see what I'm saying? So in that dynamic, their mom, my ex-husband and his brother and stuff, their mom, she was Master P. She was the handyman, is the handyman. She is a part of everything in church. Okay. She got the big good government job. So a lot of her time is out. Then she come home, bust down a meal. She don't have time to really sit down with her kids. And when she do, she wants to sit in silence.
And I can understand that because a lot of single mothers, they do. Mm-hmm. They don't have the time because they have to play both roles to make ends meet. And because I grew up in a household like that too. My mama was a single parent and she was never, she was working a lot. And when she did have her time, it was, she would probably, be with us sometimes. And then sometimes she would be out with her, her cousins. But it was very rare that she was around us because she worked so freaking much. You know what I'm saying? When she got home from work, it was eat, take a bath, and we're going to bed because we're getting ready for school or going to the community center for the summer. It was no time in between. My mama didn't nurture us a lot because she had to be the provider, okay, more so than a nurturer.
And I can understand that too, because my mom didn't get to go to PTA meetings and things of that sort, because in the morning time she drove the school bus, and in the afternoon she drove the city bus, and got back up and did the same thing again the next morning. And
I ride the bus.
anybody know the school bus got up early as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 5 o'clock, and I got there in the morning, getting up, being cold, going to warm up that cold ass bus. I remember that shit. So there was a lot of events she missed out on with me. And on top of it, it kind of gave me that room to kind of slither and do a little shit.
I was just gonna say that about my mama not being around like that. You know, they gave me time. They gave me a lot more time on my hand to be in the street. I start tapping into other things because it wasn't the parent I had to solely focus on providing for her kid. You see what I'm saying? It was no time for me to actually learn certain morals because my mom was always working. You know what I'm saying?
I think
But
up like that too. Like
my mom wasn't nurtured as a child, so now I realize my mom didn't really know how to nurture us emotionally. Yes, a lot of us do not. Our mothers did not. You know, they had to be sole providers. You know, fathers too.
I can speak from the single mom position. When I'm in a relationship, I feel like, oh my God, this shit is so easy. I feel like, you know what? There's more hands around. I can breathe a little bit. But even going to the store, when we get to the register, they're gonna talk to me all at once. And I'm like, y'all, I gotta make sure the cashier don't overring us. We need this money, so don't talk to me. I gotta give them the rule. They don't, all they see is me. They see me to be the everything at all the times, everything. And sometimes I just be like, shh, hold on. I can't catch it. Hold on. And I'm teaching them one at a time. Respect the other one to talk. But I come from a family of 11 of us. And I grew up, yes? Yeah, go ahead. I grew up in a home with my mom, and I was the oldest, and I got 3 brothers under me. So because one brother had mental health issues, according to the way my mama thought about his experience, right? That took a lot of time away. So she was a single mom, and she had to give him what he needed. And so even though, I mean, I ain't necessarily getting to no shit at the time that he was being, catered to, but I felt left out because his needs was over mine, and grew up feeling left out. But it was not her fault that she had to be there for that child.
Right.
And so as a single mom now, I'm just like, okay, hey, I know you want to talk to me. What you say, it matters, but I can't hear you until I'm finished hearing this person. Because I watched my mom, okay, everybody shut up, shh, quiet. And I would do the same shit. And I can't do the same shit because it's keeping the same fucking pattern. And I don't want them to feel what I'm feeling. So I'm trying to dead it and say, hey, all right, you go first, you go next. She didn't do that. She had her other ways, but I used to look at her like, damn, why you raised me like this? Now I look at her like, damn, you went through it, Mom. You did the best you could. And the parts of her that she didn't work on, I see that I have to work on, but I have the understanding to work on it, where she just simply didn't know and did the best she could. That's all he knows is money. It's like all he knows is money.
All he knows is coming out of from the struggle, coming out of that struggle. And a lot of us do, a lot of us was hell before I even became awakened to my to myself. I was all about the bag. It was all about the bag with me. I found so many ways to try to make money because it was always about me coming out of the hood and not being a part of it anymore. You know what I'm saying? But the way I was going about it wasn't adding up for me. It was causing me to still go down the wrong way. He just happened to have a little bit more understanding with business because he was in the business when he learned the business and how it failed and how he lost everything from his first contract, you know what I'm saying, from his first record deal. So he learned a lot. And when you go through shit in life, you learn what not to do and what to do. Yes, the pros and cons. Let me get to hold up. Curtis says, understandable. I'm a single father. For me, peace time is just peace time. Nothing against my kids, just sometimes it's just needed. Yeah, and I really don't get no peace until my kids are asleep. Okay? And that's the truth for me. It can be easier with a partner. Sis said it can be easier with a partner, but usually the woman is the one rearing the kids. So even with a partner, women have to do a lot. We still do.
Yeah.
We do.
Tag me in.
Okay. Yes, we definitely do. Go ahead before I get to the next one.
Fellas, anybody listening, support your woman, please. She needs you. Because just being a pair of hands and a nigga sitting on the couch waiting for the plate is not going to get you laid at night, buddy. She not going to have no energy to appease that ass or to ride your piece. Like, there's no energy. And let me tell you, I've been in a situation to realize that was my experience, and my children suffered. They was not getting the full mommy they knew that they had.
Right.
They wasn't, because I was so overwhelmed with the lack of working togetherness with a physical presence of another being. So I felt like I had another kid. So like, I gotta please one kid and go please the other kids, but one of the kids look like a grown up. That don't make sense. Like, we gotta work together.
Yeah.
Women should not have.
You know, we gaining this understanding now because we didn't have these tools before. So now, you know, our men are coming out of that. We coming out of that. We starting to realize, shit, we got to work more together than, you know, to be at odds. There is pros and cons to both having a partner and being single. Definitely, that is a fact. It's a work in progress, whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship. Okay, and whether that relationship is long term or short term, or whether you single, long term or short term, it's still a work in progress. You know what I'm saying?
Monica, that's true. We don't get the chance to be sick at all.
Okay.
You can be sick.
I love it.
I mean, you sick, but you don't get a chance to be sick. You don't get
Okay.
a chance to
You
lay in
still
the
have
bed
to
and
be
be like,
the nurturer. You still have to be that nurturer.
I had my said to me, "Oh, so you decided to get sick on my day off?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" I've had 2 men say this to me. All I had was a little cough. All I did was put the dinner on the table on time, and they go, "You decided to get sick on my day off." Now, at that time, I looked at that shit so wrong. I responded so wrong. Now I see that they just needed something from me that they couldn't produce for themselves. They would rather the plate come from me as opposed to them. But in my mind, they'd be like, "Nigga, your legs work. I'm tired. I'm tired." But to them, oh, you decide to break the order of the house. You decide not to do what I expect you to do. I broke the
Anytime the design is not, anytime the design is off, the men are definitely, my husband look at me like, so what we gonna eat today? Or all right, okay, we still got shit to do. We still got shit to do, and I'll be like, damn, can I get a sick day?
Okay.
You know, but you know, we definitely not at all. I'm still up when I should be resting. We're built for this though. I don't complain much. No, you know, I don't really complain about it, but it do get overwhelming, especially when you have so much on your back. You know, it can get overwhelming at times, but you know, as a woman, you know, as a mother, we still got to carry the load. It is what it is. That's that nurturer, that ultimate nurturing energy. And a lot of us nowadays are more so in that with our children versus our parents. They couldn't be in that energy. Just like Master P. He wasn't in his energy to nurture. His thing was to build, which caused his family to be at a disconnection with his first wife and with his first 2 kids, or his kids.
Can I add to that? I worked 2 jobs and the money was good. I had to change my clothes in the car. But when I came home, I didn't have the energy to give my daughter a bath. I didn't have the energy to wash her bottles, but I had to do it. And that made me more tired because I felt like I was forced, like I'm forced to show up at work. I'm forced to switch to uniform because I can't go to one job with the other uniform, even though time-wise it makes sense for me to just leave the first uniform on that don't go for that job. But when I come home, I'm forced to be a mom. Like I have to be. She has needs, you know, even with daddy around, the grandma's around. It was told to me it's certain shit a woman has to do that a man don't do. When that was first told to me, I took that so wrong because all I saw was a woman doing everything that the man and the woman had to do. So when I come into the space and get told that, I'm like, but there's a man here. He's supposed to, this his child too, but I didn't know that life. I only knew the life in the household with just the mom. I seen the dad, I experienced the dad and his wife, but their dynamic wasn't like what I was being taught. So the way my mom was, raising me, the way she raised me I put an expectation on my partner / ex.
Right.
He didn't produce, because I didn't look at how he was being raised before I committed with the I do, and that's what fucked me up for real. It ain't
Let's
fucked
talk
me up.
about No Limit in that aspect. Now, anybody that's in the music industry know that your attention is going to go to that. You're not going to be able to do the things that you want to do with your family. I think that played a part on why Master P kind of took Romeo with him, because he wasn't able to be at home like he wanted to be at home. And when you're in that music industry, you're not going to be at home. That's like a chef. A full-time chef cannot be at home like they want to, because they got a restaurant to run. And that restaurant is feeding other families. So therefore, it puts a wedge in between your family at home. My chef told me this in school, that if you want to be a full-time chef, you need to think about this, because it is a full-time job, especially having your own restaurant. It is a full-time job. What happened to drink? But with No Limit, is they was famous for Master P, Nina X, Mystical, Silk, and a host of other people, not Lil Romeo. So Lil Romeo really wasn't bringing them no money in like that. You feel me? Like, even though he was signed on to the label, it was just basically like, you Master P son. You heard the
Keyword
music.
I was gonna say keyword label.
Right.
That's why. Cause see, Master P, he working for the label, even though his son the Image, he working for the label. See, Romeo not gonna get the heat if even though he has to project the art, he not gonna get the heat if the bill's not aligning. You see what I'm saying? So I think Master P mind was more focused on, we not gonna have a house if I don't keep shit in order. We not gonna have food to eat if even though he's not the talent, his brain the talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he not the talent. It's a mindset.
He came late. It's like a slight delay. But I seen it. As soon as I seen it, I hit the button.
I got to go back out and come back because I got this thing covering my screen.
Okay. You're real clear too.
Oh, there I am. Damn, I just had to push back.
But you
I've been trying to push X to get this shit off my screen. It just was not going anywhere. But yeah.
So I'm saying with Lil Romeo's best album was his first album. Like I said, he only sold 500,000, and that was nothing in 2001. Most people was going platinum back then, and that was over 500,000. They were selling a million copies of this, a million copies of that, or whatever. He sold 500,000. So even though he was popular, the popularity wasn't bringing no money in to the label. You know what I'm saying? He was really a write-off to the record label. Nickelodeon paid him, but they ain't paid him much of nothing. Like, right, That's how Raven got paid more on her shows than he did being on Nickelodeon, even though it was fun for him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure as Romeo was a child, he thought about that, like, oh, I'm on Nickelodeon. Oh, this is fun, this, that, and the third, whatever situation may be. But at the same time, it ain't generating no money.
Romeo probably hurt for real. Like, think about it. This is what I just saw. I just saw Romeo in night clothes. I don't know why night clothes, but I saw him in night clothes, and I saw him real skinny in night clothes, and I saw him real innocent, like on Christmas Day. You know how a kid wake up on Christmas Day with the expectation? So maybe as a kid, he had the expectation of, wow, I get to be on, like everybody get to see me, And he don't. I feel bad for the boy now, real bad, because he don't know, like okay, think about. You got a daughter, right? You got a daughter? You dress your daughter.
There's a girl.
That's right, baby. I knew that. But when she start walking, you dress your baby up and y'all look alike, and you walking, all the attention gonna be on how much y'all look alike. Not how hard you had to work for the clothes. Not how much energy you had to put into the image. And so
take her around the house to put her clothes on. Hope that you don't fuck them up before we get out the door.
Shit, Jalen do that every day. But ain't nobody looking at the effort it took to maintain. And so the baby is receiving the awes. Yes, in the all state.
Right.
Go ahead with her. Yeah, the baby's just, you know, that validation building. So I feel like Romeo too, in his mind, allow him to be who he is through the needed validation he wasn't getting from his daddy. You see what I'm saying? He probably because I don't know, I'm not him. It seemed like he was able to maintain that position due to the very thing he was lacking, which was the same shit that make him great. For us who had daddies like we knew, don't know, seen them, but they wasn't a daddy to us, or they lived there with us, but we not talking to them. We don't know shit about them. Talk to them probably 5 times a week. We don't fucking know. It's the semi energy. Yes. In the bathroom. Okay, you gotta wait till she come out, and then you can lay with her. Okay. Come on.
So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely get it, and that's pretty much all my notes that I had on that. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say except, you know, Romeo is at his limit. That's
What
There was
limit?
no limit at first, and now he's in the
okay. You know, he's at his limit now, and Daddy getting to that limit too. All right,
Daddy been at that damn limit. He just been pushing that limit.
He been pushing it to the limit. Okay.
To the limit.
Point.
I'm
They gonna
pushing
have
it.
to talk.
Okay.
Because on the cycle, keep coming out with shit.
Exactly.
So, but in many ways, Romeo's strategy, not really strategy, but him just being himself and expressing himself the way he is, that's going to pull his father into actually talk, because he's not going to want to keep responding to the shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like
hopefully it goes that way. But Master P is a little stubborn because everything has been going his way for years.
Yeah, everything he has been in control
been
of everything for years.
Of the puppet master for so long. And now that the puppets are starting to rebel and become real people and actually have a real opinion and actually do real shit outside of what the fuck he approve of, he's actually confused his damn self like, okay, what do I do? Because they ain't listening to me.
Right. And we'll have a person like, you know, clueless of what to do, what's the next step. He definitely, you know, and that all comes into, you know, just finding yourself and just, you know, learning all about yourself without, you know, being so much up under, you know, my daddy's supervision and, you know, his mentality of this business, you know what I'm saying, that he have created from the ground up, you know. So, and another thing I do want to add is, because of course the T of the T is, this is all part of the storyline that's about to come on Growing Up Hip Hop. So everything that they're doing in the tabloids is old news. Yeah, it is old news, and it's for a reason.
But because you got to think, these people never went in the limelight. They never put themselves out there to be vulnerable to social media. They always they thrive on keeping themselves out of that media, and they did a great job at it until now.
Right.
So you got to think, why now? Why now would you come out of the
I think we was like, look, y'all got to give us a little bit more of what y'all giving us, because that shit right there ain't gonna work. Okay.
We know y'all lying, and there goes the what goes up comes down. What goes on in the dark comes to the light. It's some truth to it. I don't doubt that.
Yeah, it is some truth.
If we're gonna tell our truth, we finna get some money off of this motherfucker.
Yep. They gonna get some money off of it. Okay. If his daddy has got a business mind, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's run it.
Yeah, let's run it up, because at the same time, we ain't finna do the shit for nothing. If we're gonna put our lives out there, we finna do the shit for a fucking reason.
I hear you say.
No, sis was saying they got me. Yeah, they got us all, because this shit is old news. Okay, and even in one of Romeo, I keep want to call him Bow Wow, but even in Romeo's one of his posts, he was saying, you know, this is shit that the blogs have already been discussing, you know, from the past, and it's just coming back up. And his daddy is trying to clear his name. So this is old news. He was like, I've already apologized for all this shit before. You know what I'm saying? It just happens to come back up after the midst of what? His daughter transitioning. Okay.
That's damn near a year later, though. I'm
trying
to figure out how to.
No, the daughter just transitioned this May.
March.
I mean,
May,
it was
May,
March or May.
It was May.
This May.
This May she just transitioned, and that was a couple of months ago. And here it is. And you know what? That always happened because then we didn't pay that shit no attention. I didn't know the daughter died. I didn't know nothing about this media and him apologizing, whatever. But it's got to be. It had to come back up for a reason.
Yeah.
And the reason
Growing
was
Up Hip Hop about to come on.
not even just that. What the reason was they had to find a way to slide it back in. And what slid it back in was Master P giving the flowers to Twitch.
Exactly. That's the setup.
That was the setup the whole time. Because he
That's
knew. It was like, okay, I'm going to say something about Twitch and you go off, okay? And then boom, it went from there.
Because this is old argument. These are old arguments. Because trust me, Romeo is not even in his daddy's possession. He has his own family now, you know. So, you know, and they took off 2 years on Growing Up Hip Hop. And that's because they wasn't giving the TV, the reality show, what they needed from them. So they walked off like, nah, y'all not finna just, you know, we're not putting that shit out. They didn't want, his daddy did not want nothing out, okay? I keep want to call him Bow Wow. Romeo wanted to push a little bit more, you know?
That's his name now.
Okay? Because I keep fucking it up. But Romeo, he wanted to try to tap into some of that stuff, but his daddy would shut that shit down on Growing Up Hip Hop. So they walked away 2 years ago. Now they're coming back this season. So it all makes sense why all of this shit is coming back up.
Yeah, it does. Everything is.
But it's definitely a great topic that we had to talk about.
Yeah. It's definitely a great topic, and I appreciate y'all for, you know, owning up to your accountability. Well, at least Romeo.
Angela, and then they don't even. Angela get on my damn nerves. She gets on my damn nerves. You know, she go back from Bow Wow to Romeo. Bow Wow to Romeo.
She dating Romeo?
Well,
Honey,
it's pretty handsome.
she would dive in the ocean for Romeo, for Bow. Okay.
Well.
And Bow Wow
And
like, shit, whatever,
Bow Wow,
and we can do it. We can do it. But see, Romeo was so fixated on trying to make her his woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Bow Wow
is
he's a player.
It's funny, and this is another thing too, is he gonna be on Growing Up Hip Hop? Because it's funny how
Yep, he on there too.
Look at the coincidence. Romeo and Bow Wow both going against their daddies. That's Bow Wow's definitely over there going against JD.
And Bow Wow is on Growing Up Hip Hop.
But that has
to. Oh, you ain't never did nothing for me. Now, Bow Wow, you can sit your motherfucking ass down, okay? I understand, you know, Romeo. I can, because Romeo was trained to shut up, sit down, be a soldier, do what the fuck your sergeant tells you to do. Bow Wow, you was really free to do whatever the fuck you want to do. They ain't even your real daddy. Let's talk about it.
Hold up. Bow Wow daddy not his real daddy?
JD
ain't his real daddy, no. Jermaine Dupri.
Oh, I thought that was his daddy.
No.
He raised him.
But then it's like, you know,
he raised him as that was his real fucking kid.
He played Pappy for a minute.
But did he touch him though? That's the question.
I mean, a minute.
Did he?
A minute is a long time.
Hours.
Okay.
Touch him. Did
his mom was his manager. Yeah. Say what, sis?
You know, he poked him in the butt.
Allegedly, according to Orlando Brown, Orlando said he got some good pussy. So how would you know that unless that man had been touched before? But they were saying JD was out here allegedly touching on the boys under that label.
He was looking like Diddy, the way Diddy looking around them young boys. When you look at Jermaine,
like young boys, going back, and he don't give a fuck.
He was a little. It was more like you know a pervert where you see a pervert and get it. Man, granted, they got to do what they got to stay in where they at, so can't fault them for that. But you know,
it was to come up to
it's going to show.
Yeah, they did. They did say that. I forgot about the Snoop was his uncle.
Yeah, they say
Yeah,
Snoop was his
yeah.
uncle, but Snoop ain't his real uncle. But you know,
Not his
They
real
do
one,
look
but
at
he took him in
like
too. Bow Wow had a lot of people take him in, just like No Limit took in Romeo. The whole squad took in
yeah, Chris
Bow
Stokes and
Wow.
B2K. Oh, that shit right there, Chris Stokes and B2K. A lot of these boy groups and
And
boys.
B2K came out about that shit like, wait, I don't give a fuck, but I'm about to say something, because even if it's exposing myself, I'm gonna say something.
But I don't know if Omarion said that shit. Omarion said that shit? Because I don't think Omarion
No,
said
but the other boys did, and the other
yeah.
boys,
No, it was what's
blasted
the
out
light
all of them.
skin one name?
Raspy.
Yeah,
Raspy.
he the one that came out about
But
it.
he exposed everybody, so they
Right.
might well come
Yeah,
out
he
with
exposed he exposed all of it.
I think
all
that's
of
why
us
they
was
out
getting
too.
played in, okay?
About money. But their reality show made it seem like it was about money.
And immature as well. All the boys was getting played in.
Oh, Batman. Yeah.
Batman wasn't so batty. They had clipped his wings.
No, Batman was hanging upside down. For real.
They
Okay.
clipped his wings.
Okay.
He didn't have a choice. But
But
you know
yeah,
what I'm
JD
saying?
and his daddy, you know, they definitely, you know, that just became, you know, his family because he's in, you know, a contract with JD. So, you know, and JD knew that his father wasn't around like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he took him up under his wing.
And he knew that Miss Teresa needed somebody, you know, that masculine energy in the atmosphere.
And he sure did, allegedly, I got to say. Damn. But Miss Teresa got a little daddy too.
I thought of a midget.
You go ahead, Mr.
That's why they got dropped, because from immature and stuff, because they were spilling the tea. They were spilling the tea. And Omarion still holding on strong.
That's not why they got dropped. Because if you watch Drink Champions, that B2K was on there without Omarion, and they was spilling the tea on Drink Champions. I didn't go back and watch that. They all sat at a table at a dinner table and came up with a plan that they all was gonna walk away. Then Omarion and Lil Fizz was fucking the same girl, because you know at one point Lil Fizz and Omarion been messing with the same females. What happened? Oh, she left?
No, I was wondering what happened.
But Lil Fizz and Bow Wow been messing with the same female. Lil Fizz and Omarion been messing with the same females over and over. They've been going back and forth. But Omarion happens to run into a female that he really, really liked it. And with Lil Fizz ended up messing with the girl. So when he found out about it, he basically shit on them. So all that they talked about at the dinner table, Omarion ran back and told their manager, and that manager let them go and let Omarion go on and be single. So that's why they broke up. And this ain't no allegedly shit. Y'all can go on Drink Champs and pull up B2K, and they will tell you that whole shit that I just fucking told you.
But the crazy thing is, like Sis was saying, you know, because they did still expose. What's the dude that's the skinny one that was with Immature? With the little low haircut, the dark skin one.
Not Batman. I don't know his name. Nobody pays attention to him.
But not Fizz, but it's the other one. It ain't Raspy, it's the other one.
That's B2K.
I'm talking about with B2K.
Oh, you said Immature.
I mean to say B2K, I'm sorry.
The skinny one that's dark skin. Oh, my favorite one.
LDB. Oh, LDB. Okay. He said a lot too. He exposed a lot too. Okay. We have to do the allegedly thing. He the one that said that Omarion or Fizz was sleeping with Omarion's mama.
I don't think that's his name, Monica. LDB?
Is it LDB? Little drama boy? Yeah. It is Little Drama Boy.
That's not his fucking name.
It's
Little Drama. And you made that
Little
shit
Drama
up.
Boy?
Damn, Gina. You know, you fucking idiot.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, LDB. Okay, yeah. See, I knew what I was talking about. LDB is the dark skinned dude that's immature. The guy is Lil Fizz. It was Amarion. It was the other two. I can't think of the. If you wouldn't have said that, I would have thought of his name. Yeah, the dark skinned dude in B2K. Yes, it was. He was the only brown skinned dude there. All of
Yeah,
no,
it is
two. It was
one.
Amarion and it was the other dude. There was two dark skinned and two light skinned.
Yeah, it was Fizz, Raspy, Amarion, and this
The
one more other dude. I think it is LDB.
No, the LDB is immature.
Oh, he was immature.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Little drummer boy. I can't think of
Is
his
it
name
immature
right now.
Yeah, I can't think of that the dude's name. But he sung with Amarion and them.
Yeah, he can sing too. He actually can sing. You know, like he was up there with Amarion. He probably actually sounded better
He
than
was the
Amarion.
one that exposed that, Lil Fizz was sleeping with Amarion's mama.
LDB is immature. The guy that's name is in B2K, his name ain't LDB. Night, oh yeah. I think of it in a minute.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, he exposed some shit too. Him and Raspy was the ones that actually came out and said some stuff too. Hold on, is Raspy immature?
No, Raspy is in B2K.
She might be right. Raspy might be immature.
Raspy is in B2K.
Oh, okay.
Nico.
Is it Nico? Was it Nico?
I'm about to look it up.
But I know it was 4 of them with B2K, right? Oh, okay, B2K. Yeah, it was B2K. Okay. Marcus said, no. I got it all messed up, don't I? I knew it. We finna figure out which dude that is. She's talking about no B2K. Okay, good night. Okay. But yeah, a lot of those young ones in the industry definitely, and I believe that's another reason why J-Bug. Okay. I knew
Fizz, Raspy, and J-Bug. I couldn't even think of that shit.
That's his name. JB. I believe that's also another reason why Master P kept, Romeo close to him too, because he know how the industry is.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing, but I'm glad he did because.
Yeah, it's a reason for everything. His daddy might not did things a certain way he wanted to do, but he definitely did what he could do as a parent.
This about J-Bug, I searched it. After I just said it.
J-Bug.
That's my
JB.
favorite one, though, to be honest. J-Bug is my favorite because he's quiet. He reminds me of Romeo. He was a mature fella as well.
Yeah, he
very,
was the most mature. He also messed with, if I'm not mistaken, he might have been one of the ones that messed with Amarion's mama too. Amarion's mama was doing a lot with them boys.
He didn't want nobody poking on his son. That's why he kept his son under him. And I don't blame him for that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Especially when you know how to end it.
I forgot all about his motherfucking ass.
Girl. Okay, you should have seen us in here earlier trying to remember some shit.
Fucking it up. And there was childhood fucking stories at that. I'm like, no, Little Red Riding Hood is the one that ate the bear's porridge. They're like, no, that's Goldilocks. That's one of them bitches that both of them was fucking up any goddamn way. You didn't know your grandma. How you got your grandma mixed up with a goddamn wolf? Talking about grandma, what big eyes and teeth and nose you got?
The deception.
Come through now. That's why I said we need to break that shit the fuck down. The stories, nursery rhymes and shit like that because
it's a lot of symbolism behind nursery rhymes too.
The Three Little Pigs, the motherfucking Goldilocks, and wasn't it Goldilocks and the Bernstein Bears or Goldilocks and the Bears or some shit like that?
Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
And the Three Bears. I'm talking about the Bernstein Bears.
No, Bernstein is not even in this caliber.
They all had a goddamn book.
They did. But if you got anything else you want to say on here?
No, guys.
Because as you know, your niecey, y'all niecey don't tow my house up, and I'm really mad at her right now. She got stuff everywhere. Gina, can I find your cup? Go find it. You go find it, because I don't know where's it.
But I love y'all. And if y'all keep coming up with the ideas, I see y'all in the group letting us know, hey, MsMac, hey, Drake, y'all need to talk about this, y'all need to talk about that. Shout out to the person, who was that, Monica or Heavenly? I forget which one, tagged us in the whole.
Oh, that was Heavenly.
Yes.
Okay, them Bernstein baths. Shit, I love them.
Into this topic.
Sweet dreams, sis.
Talked about. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Monica and Curtis.
Okay.
Thank y'all for staying in with us this long. It is 12 o'clock, really.
This is a long live, so I got a lot of editing.
8 o'clock.
I definitely got a lot of editing to do with this one, so this is gonna take a little time to download and put together. But yeah, we will be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Now this one, same divine time, same divine channel.
All right,
and we gonna definitely come back and talk about it. Okay.
We are. And keep coming up with ideas too.
Yes,
guys.
you are late. We are out. We about to get out of here. It's about to be good.
Just like a black person.
You got to watch 2 videos. There's a beginning and there's an end.
Facebook wanted us to do 2 videos for some reason.
Okay.
But all right.
I understand it. But yeah, we will talk to y'all later, and we will see y'all next time. Peace.